Hello, welcome to the stream. This is Will Forge. I'm William, and today we will forge. We missed yesterday, but we will today. We'll forge today. Just tweeted out a little announcement that we're forging, that we're ready to go. And where did my stream go? I had it up a second ago. Looks like I lost it. Let's close the tab. Wrong button. Clicked on Twitter and said Twitch. Similar intro to the name. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay, so should be live. Okay, so I didn't get to do any forging off stream since last stream, so that was because we are moving. Let's see. Oh, close this app. And yeah, here we go. Where did Master Chief Collection go? It was here. Okay, well, I'll open that up in the background. Blender's not open either. Huh. Okay. Lost both our reference programs. Well, that's no good. Let's see. How am I supposed to build without a reference? Oh, new version of Blender. Let's see. That intro. Let's see, we're gonna load the 3.3 settings. And if it'll load, that would be great. File. Open recent. Waterworks. Chopped. Boom. Gotta turn those added objects back off that we had yesterday. Oop, not that one. This one. And that one. Those are from the plan for how to update it. Okay, and then we've got Master Chief Collection. Press start. Hey, Aaron, you put the wrong channel in your Twitter post? You'll have to redo your tweet. What? How did I do that? I thought I grabbed it straight from the stream. No. Oh, man. How did that happen? That would explain why it looked like I wasn't live on my end. Oh, that was dumb. Well, I put Will Forge instead of Will Forges. And then I opened that tweet, and then it said I wasn't live yet. I thought it just was waiting for the stream to catch up, you know? But, because it was so close after that. Yeah, nope, you're right. I put in someone else completely. Man, that guy looks... Totally different vibe coming off that guy than myself. Let's see here. Let's try the correct tweet. Delete that one. Good catch. Thank you for catching it so fast, too. There we go. That's bringing me to the right place. Okay, cool. That's helpful. It's very helpful. Gotta delete your current tweet and repost it. Yeah. I just did that. Okay. Custom multiplayer. Halo 2 Classic. Lockout. No. That map is so small. It's nowhere near enough of a challenge. If I did that, I'd have 5 or 6 maps already, like some other forger would have pulled off in this amount of time. Like Unique, who has gotten so many more than me in the same amount of time. Let's see. Okay, where's Red Base? There it is. That's the one I was specifically working on. They're identical. but the cave networks weren't. So I'm keeping it. Gonna keep it as close, you know, keep it making the same one, basically. All right. It would be nice if I could. I like his guardian. Yeah, his guardian's really nice. All of his stuff is really good. Even the stuff that's not done, you can tell it's gonna be good. Just looking at it. His stuff is awesome. Let's see. So let's go over here and build this out. I really want to do. Let's see. I know. I'll grab this. This would be a good wall to start with. And then I can just... It's going to go higher than this, but I'm just going to snap it to there for now. Actually, I might lower it down and snap it to here, and then... Well, no, it's about... I was afraid that I was hovering off the ground just a little bit, but not much. Actually. There we go. I don't like high ground. Oh, you didn't like... I haven't actually gotten to play high ground, so I can't really judge that one. But it looked cool. I liked how it was all snowy. It was a cool concept to make it snowy instead of just sandy. But that being said, it would have been really easy to have done if he had made it, isn't it... It's a Forerunner theme, right? No, it's just Unicy themed, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say that the desert one on the Halo ring would have been a good one to choose, but... And make it a sandy map. But yeah. I don't like the theme of it. Oh, you don't like that he changed it to snow. Gotcha. Okay, this chat... I thought I was in dark mode. It makes it easier for me to read the chat and like pay attention, like catch it in dark mode, but for some reason it switched off dark mode for me. Not sure. I'll try to just switch back to maybe Streamlabs is the better option. Not Streamlabs, just OBS. Yeah, I'll just keep it here. I know you don't even know what I'm talking about because I mean you do, but you can't see that screen. So Christmas theme was a bad choice. Oh, with the he does have the snowman in their background, and that's a little weird. I had a secret map planned that I'm probably not going to do now. That I was going to do off stream and just like build it up until, and it was going to be, and I might just do this next year for Christmas. Basically, I had in mind to make a stockpile map that would just be like an elf contest. This is why I'm talking about it, Christmas themed. An elf contest for Santa, essentially, where the seeds are the presents, and there's a whole bunch of houses, and it's one team versus the other, in an attempt to get the most presents put away underneath the Christmas trees where the seed pods are located. And so rather than bringing the seeds back to your base, you're bringing them in your team's seed locations are in all of these different, or outside your base, all in these different houses, and each team has one in each house. And then so you're trying to, or not necessarily in each house, there'd be enough houses to where each house would have one for your team in it somewhere or something. But the point is that you'd be trying to compete, you'd be fighting the other team for that. And I was thinking about attempting to do things like making a sleigh that comes across the sky and drops equipment, or maybe that's how the seeds get dropped, and all that kind of nonsense. Basically go all out on a Christmas theme. So now I'm wondering if you would have approved of that one, given the silliness of it. But I didn't. There's no way I'm going to be able to actually do it this year. If I can do it by next Christmas, that would be cool. You know what? This doesn't look as good as it could because I've got going off the because that's a wacky Christmas theme that's just its own thing rather than being a remake that's switched to Christmas theme. I just think it'd be a fun customs for the holiday season. That one's fine because it's not a remake. Exactly, yeah, yeah. It would have, it would be cool. So if someone wants to steal that one and make it for the holiday season, that's cool too. I don't mind. I will come up with plenty more, or I'll make my own. I was gonna slap it together with, I mean, I still technically would have some time to do it this Christmas, before Christmas. Because the plan was to just go on there and find the houses that people have made in the prefabs, and just grab them and slap them together and make very quickly make a Christmas thing. So if I did make it, that, you know, it would be a little faster than, for example, building this out, which is much more, you know, arduous. Okay, let me make sure I've got this gap right. If my light is the correct length, then it should look about right. Yeah, it does, actually. Cool, so that's going well. I figure if I finish this middle piece, it'll tell me how far to go with the other pieces, and so those pieces will come together much more nicely. But yeah. Figured that would make it faster. Yeah. By the way, sorry for missing streaming yesterday. That was unplanned and ended up being just a whole bunch of stuff involving the move. All at once, having trouble. But we got a bunch of stuff done yesterday. Lots of stuff. As far as, you know, getting ready to move goes. So that's good. At the very least. Let's see, is this a... Yeah, that is a slope. Okay, cool. Wait, does this actually just go through? Oh, it's the same column as out here? Or is that one wider? I had to check that on a 3D model on Blender, I think. Xbox sales reset tomorrow. Oh. So we'll be able to see if people are playing the game or not. We'll be able to see if people are actually interested in Infinite at this point. Let's see. That'll be definitely interesting. Okay. I don't know the exact angle here, but that looks about right. And the back line will be straight across, so. Wait, what? You're saying what? Xbox sales reset tomorrow. I was thinking you meant like the rankings on the Games Pass. Is that what you mean by that? No, like discount sales. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So all discounts that are on there right now, I should grab before, if I want to, I should grab before it resets. I see what you mean. So you're gonna bring this all the way out to right around there, and then snap it to there, because I would prefer to have it lined up on the back here. I understand that. Yeah, no, I thought you meant the ranking system. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think. But does that mean you're about to snatch up a bunch of new games? And grow the collection even further? Let's see. I need to get slightly transparent here. And find out... that's too much chaos with all these angles. Reading it is very difficult through transparency, so I gotta go inside and figure out what's going on here. Now I'll select the ones that I want to look at, and then whenever I go transparent, they will look different. So it'll be a lot easier to spot them and make out what I'm looking at. Okay. So the ceiling is very thick here. Where it sticks out. Getting the ceiling's angles right is going to be weird. Because, oh, the outer wall is different from the inner wall on the angle. Okay. That's important to note. I can't just slap like a box in there. Let's see. I'm waiting until reset. Gotcha. So there'll be new discount sales, what you're saying. Well, they'll be different from currently. I see what you mean. I think this wall is probably going to have to be a really thin, like, sort of facade wall. Like, have a few thin ones, but I can just make a new one by grabbing this, because this one will be better scale. It's already the right height. Yeah, I know that Halo, that Microsoft does a lot of stuff on Tuesdays, but I always forget that it's actually like all Microsoft and not just Halo. Because that's just what it's been, the Halo theme or thing for me. And then I realize, I always forget that, yeah, it's actually all of Microsoft that kind of does this Tuesday update sort of thing. I believe it would be something like this, because it's slightly longer than the other side. I could actually find out the rotation of each of those slopes. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Because that will tell me... Because even if I have just one of them, it's better than... Okay, that's probably correct. So 23 right now, 23. Let's go inside here and use this column as the point. Let's see. The Xbox sales change every Tuesday. See, one of the best Halo tracks right now. Yeah, I know it is, for real. I don't know what I want to be honest. I was actually thinking that a second ago I was going to mention it, and then I was like, and then, yeah. It's actually from that particular game, you know, it's one of my favorites. Especially. It's 2 more degrees. Like, out of all the Halo 3 titles, that would be 2 more again, so that's at 28 we're looking at now. This is 24. And that's finally phasing through at, like, kind of all the same time. Yeah. Like, ODST is my favorite music, but of all the ones from Halo 3, this is my absolute favorite. I kind of like, also... Wait, is this the one that plays in Covenant? The theme that plays in Covenant is also one I like a lot. And if this is not it, then then there are 2 of them I like a whole lot. I don't know what I want to be on sale. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Okay, so we're looking at 28 degrees. Let's see. So let's go like this, and then we'll go 15. 20. Oh no, 20. Ah, wrong direction. 20, and then 25, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, 3. Just 3. It's 28, not 29. There we go. So that should be 28 degrees. That should be the correct angle for that wall, which is pretty cool. I like how this slope texture looks a little different from the walls. Like they all have this sort of repeating pattern, but this one in particular is like really sort of regular there. It looks pretty good in that spot. This the wall's actual width is potentially variable, like, you know, might need to be a little bit longer or something, like right around there, but let's see. We'll figure that out after the doorway gets there. If it's too wide or too thin, then we can adjust that. There we go. Master Chief Collection. Then off that comes this door, which can be a thicker piece. Yeah. It's just a really regular square. Standard square. Oh, it does. Yeah, it doesn't even have a slope at the top. It's crazy. Man, in Infinite, you're going to be able to just clamber right up that and get up onto the top, the roof of the base. That'll be interesting. Now, let's see. We're going to... 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? Screw that. We're just going to delete this and start over with a new piece so we can just go 45 degrees turn. Because I believe... I'm fairly certain that this is a 45-degree angle from that other one. If I'm wrong, then we can find out. Let's see. What screen was I on before? You know what? I think it was. I think I know what it was. Why my screen isn't the right color and all that. I am supposed to go to... Where's the actual tool? Oh, the creator dashboard. That's the one I was using before. I was in the stream manager and the creator dashboard. That's what I was using before, and I was able to see really nicely because it's dark themed. Okay, I wasn't watching my own stream. I was in here. It also tells me how many viewers are on here, which I wasn't able to see. I mean, I was, but only like the same way you guys see it with the down in the lower right corner there, underneath the the video, and it's not something you can easily like look at. Let's see in that screen. Okay, so we're looking at. Just knock these off for a second. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna look at this thickness. Ah! Fell off the ledge. Here we go. It's kind of crazy how many like little hiding spots there are on this map. Like just like around a corner you'll just have this little like nook you can kind of hide in, you know, and just like so to where someone rounds the corner and you just get them. Actually, I really think I made it too thin. Oh, that's not right. I think it was already on infinite. There we go. That was actually correct, but I do need to make it shorter. Because it's not actually 1 to 1, or like the exact same height as the other area over there. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Duplicate. There we go. Get ourselves our doorway width, which actually I should go off of, I should produce the other side of the wall there pretty soon. And this is just going to be roughly sitting here until, yeah, that's way too thin and also potentially not the right height. But let's see. That is way too thin. It also may not be the right angle. Let me go ahead and switch to Blender. And do what I do in here. Get myself my angle. Let's see. It's probably riveting stuff. But let me go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I can go down here. And just increase the size of this for a minute while I do it, so you can actually see what's happening. Take Shift D. Okay. Hit Escape. That'll make it to where it won't move. Then just grab it by the base here. And what I'm going to do is pick a wall. We're going to pick this wall this time. Put it about halfway through. And then rotate. And as we rotate, it's got that top left corner rotation angle. And we're going to go to let's see, that is 29 degrees from this flat wall. We move it into the wall, there's a little bit more. So that was us going 29 degrees, and then decrease that by, let's see, why is it rotating in 0.5? There we go. I was holding down shift already, but for some reason it didn't do it in increments correctly. So that would be, let's see, we were here, we had to bring it this way. So that would be backing it up too, so 27 degrees? Okay, so that's interesting. It's 27 degrees just like that other one, but off of this wall. That's why it didn't feel right to have it at a 45 degree angle from there. Because 27 plus 27 is not 45. I mean, I'd like both Skywalker Saga characters bundles to go on sale, but I don't know if I want to buy since it doesn't include any extra missions or achievements. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Trying to move, we're kicking up dust everywhere, and it's making me sneeze even more than normal. So sorry about that, everyone. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So we know it's 27 degrees off that other angle, which will give us our angle correctly. I need to grab. Here we go. Here we go. Bring this down. It's funny. You'll see me. My mouse will go down off the bottom of the screen there, and that's actually going to my top screen. I have it set to where instead of going up, I have to go down because I kept on doing stuff where I would hit like a something to do with the I forget what it was, but something to do with the taskbar. I'd always hit the button, hit a something on the taskbar in an annoying way whenever I was trying to switch between monitors. That's right. It was whenever I was trying to use the like move an object, like grab the top bar on this monitor to like move it over to this one or move it up there. I'd always accidentally go just too high and click something on the taskbar up there, so I had to completely switch it. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to bring this over here, and we're going to rotate it by 45 degrees, because that would make us square with this. And then we're going to go like this. Whoop. We're going to say 15, 5, that's 20, 25, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we were at 27, not 28. It was kind of 27 and a half. We could go to 28. Now let's keep it at 27, because that was kind of the problem, was that it felt like it was angled more that way than it needed to be. Kind of hard to explain felt like it was angled like it is, pointing more that direction than it was supposed to. Need to be pointing more this direction. So, and now you can see the proof is in the pudding right there. Let's snap that in there, move this one, and actually just delete that original. And then I can go, whatever it is that I need to go here, it's going to be 45 minus 28. So, let's see. There we go. Nope, I missed one. One more point. I quick mathed in my head and was off by 1. Okay. There we go. Okay. Also, was watching gameplay of Callisto Protocol, and it doesn't seem nearly as bad as everyone's saying. Yeah? I haven't actually seen Callisto. I don't know what Callisto Protocol is, actually. Is that, who made that one? I am out of the loop on Callisto Protocol. I also don't know how bad people are saying it is, because I don't know what that is. But maybe that's a sign about why you're saying that people think it's bad. This is the other Halo 3 that always. This is Halo 3, right? This is Halo 3, right? Yeah. It's the same one? Was that the same one? No, it is the new one. Okay. This is the other like Halo 3 one that like really gets me every time. Really gets me hyped. Throughout the whole thing. I think that that all the ones that I like the most are the ones that are heavy drums. Like every single time that there's a Marty theme that I like the most, it's heavy on the drums. Just as my own preference. Let's see. Okay. It's the Dead Space looking game. Oh, by the original Dead Space devs. Not even into horror games, but Callisto looks decent. Nice. Yeah, I never got... I have Dead Space 1 and 2, and I think even 3, and I've never beat them. I think it's because I play hours and hours and hours of Halo and Legend of Zelda, and never play anything else. But like, I almost beat Doom from 2016, and so I could move on to Doom Eternal earlier this year, and then Doom broke, and now I can't do it. I'd watch you stream those. Oh, really? That would be awesome. I'm also not even into really horror, but I like those games. They're really good. I actually enjoyed Doom 3, even though it wasn't that great. Even though it's highly criticized, I still enjoyed it a great deal. To the point where we got the BFG edition. Let's see. It would actually be kind of crazy to me if I went from just coming in here to make Forge maps and not really having any intention of becoming an actual streamer. Or like a regular like streamer who goes to like all sorts of different games. And then just suddenly switching to becoming an actual streamer. If I had any kind of success like that, that would be... In doing that, that would be pretty mind-blowing to me, to be honest. Because that was never my intention. Let's see. I was just like, in for the Forge. Okay, so these don't quite line up. Which means it could be the depth of this slope. It could very easily be the depth of this slope. And the depth of this slope could have an effect. And the length of this piece could have an effect. And it all needs to snug up, basically, to one another. And I think... Let's see. Yeah, I'd watch you stream them right now. That would be crazy. I don't know if I should or not. Because I do want to finish this. I've got a lot of people who are interested in this being done, so I think I've got to finish it. But yeah, do it. Let's see. Also, I have those on console, and I have no idea how to set up any kind of streaming on console. Well, Dead Space 2 is on PC, but I haven't even beat Dead Space 1 yet, so that'd be major spoiler territory for myself. Let's see. I think that the angle. Which console? I think Dead Space 1 is on the Xbox 360. So it may not even have the ability to do streaming without, like, you know, getting some kind of inputs. Like some kind of input, like, streamer thing. Okay, let's see. Let's see, kind of hard to hear you with the music. Oh, that music ended, so probably not as big of a deal now, but let me go ahead and tone it down just a bit. Just like a tad, not too much. That should be a little better. Okay, there's just a bunch of Halo 3 music that's fantastic. Halo 3's music is one of those that I think I forget how good it is between listening because of how much I like ODST's and Reach's music, that I just like I said, just sort of forget how amazing it is. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series all have built-in streams. Gotcha, yeah. 360 doesn't have any unless you have a capture card. Yeah. I was thinking that was the case. But yeah. So I hadn't even really considered it, but yeah. So I think that the issue here is that I need to bring this in a bit. And then if I connect it there, it starts to get a little closer. This was like 27.5, but I went to 27. So really I could go another ½ degree. And that's getting me really close to that corner. And this was 27, or the other one was 28 and a half. This one was 27 and a half. So I could also go another, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that all at once. For a second, I forgot how powerful Infinite's Forge actually is. Okay, let's see. Connect there. Connect there. Oop, did I not do it? Oh, I went the wrong direction with one of them. Probably this one. There's the first one I did. I think I went the wrong direction. I know I did the right direction with the top one, but it looks like I did the wrong direction with both the bottom ones. There we go. Okay. Just about right. Now it's a matter of the length. There we go. And now we have it inside there. Boom. Perfect timing for the music to kick in with that piano at the end. That was actually kind of funny. Let's see, this song's why I love Halo 3 soundtrack. Fits Halo so well. It does, and it just like was like, I'm gonna give you just the right music for this. Oh man, the piano trill's still going with what I'm streaming. That's hilarious. That was Marty just like, here, I got you in your stream. Don't worry about it. From the past. It was just like the angles and the movement speed and everything was matching up perfectly with what that music was doing at the time. Let's see. Actually, that one's fine. I just need a roof there. I think I can grab this and just scale it out. I don't want to copy any of these top ones because they're really big. It'd probably take more to make them the right scale than this one. I'd have to shrink it and then grow it again and then shrink it and then grow it again. I think this is one everyone that I put in this playlist gets a little fast after a while, so it's not too boring because Forge is already a slow paced. What is going on? Wrong direction apparently. I thought that is that not the right direction? Yeah, it is. What was going on then? It wasn't scaling. Why is it going out the other side? Oh, I'm looking at a slope, that's why. I'm being dumb. I thought that was the other side of that block, and it wasn't. It's being covered up by that slope. In fact, I can copy that slope's length and put it over on that block. Tom Cruise didn't get nominated for Top Gun Maverick. Oh wow, really? I don't think I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet because it's not on a streaming service, and I haven't been to a theater in forever. So I can't really say one way or the other if I think he should have been nominated. But I heard really good things about it, so I think he should have been nominated. But yeah. It is on a streaming service. Oh, which one? Because we have like all of them, so it's probably HBO if I had to guess. Is it on HBO? I just grabbed this piece and didn't duplicate it. How did I do that? How did I do that? That was such a silly thing. Such nonsense. I'm actually gonna start with this one again because this angle will be easy, it'll be easier to line it up here and then adjust. That's not what I want to do. 45 degrees. Adjust this direction. And it will be to adjust left or right, so. When you're sandwiched between two pieces, it's always the easier scale to get right than if you're trying to just match an edge. Because there's some tolerance. If you go inside of it, there's actually not a lot of Z-fighting right about. Paramount! Oh, man, that's the one we don't have right now. We'd have to get it again. I'll probably get Paramount Plus again for the Halo, the next Halo TV show season, even though it was garbage first time. You know what I didn't do? Didn't make sure this thickness here was right, which is just a matter of adjusting the slope's height once I get to it, but yeah, there we go. Now just adjust this. Would that have actually fixed my gap? Without adjusting all those things? It might have. Huh. Because I know this slope isn't really all that extreme. like, actually it might be that it's supposed to be around there, which means I'd have to move it over like that much, and that might have just fixed my gap earlier. Which I might want to go back to the original adjustments because it kind of was better, play more accurate the other way. Maybe. Okay, let me see. Still waiting for the 4K disc to go a bit lower before I buy it. But you saw it though. I think you said before. So you know the quality of it. Okay, maybe this is a little bit too much, and I can go a little bit more on the other side. Yeah, I've seen both. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so that slope... Actually, that does look about right now. Oh, it goes into... That's what's making it look wrong. It's a little bit right, but it's actually wrong because it's here. Gotcha. Okay. Actually, let me go there, and then stretch it out. You know, kind of eyeball where it is correctly, and then we'll do micro adjustments after that. This is going to get my slope right. Okay. That is not right. I am on 2 angles. There we go. Oh wow, that was actually ridiculously close. That was weirdly close. Now it's perfect. Okay, and is the angle right? It's actually not as deep, and I had just moved this in because I was trying to get those angles right, so I think it needs to come in a little more. Or I moved it back, rather, and then I need to move it, poke it back out again, and that should get my correct angle. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen both. Maverick is a reference quality disc. I don't know what reference quality disc means even. So that is probably an indicator of my knowledge of stuff like that, of video qualities. But yeah, no, it's I assume that means that it is like equal, like direct, almost direct from the film, basically. Is that what that means, basically? Like really high quality? Means the best of the best, yeah. I guess as good as the camera was able to output at the time of filming, probably, I assume. Forging has been a blast. Have you seen my Army Men bathroom map yet? Matching 1-to-1 is stressful. Let's see. Usually what you'd show off as a demo for people. Gotcha. Oh, reference quality. Okay. But no, with the Army Men map, I don't believe I have seen that one, but that's mostly because I haven't been in custom game browser like at all, like I should be. I did jump in a little bit, actually. I did finally get to jump in and play a little bit of it. I played the taco pit, the new pit, and I played which is not custom games. That's that new playlist. But I have played a few of the maps, but not a whole lot. I forgot what I even got to play, to be honest. Let's see. Custom game browser overrated. Yeah, I think that the custom game browser is going to be important for discovering new maps, but then people are gonna like it more later on. I'm looking forward though to 343's plan to put our maps into playlists, which I expect they will. Especially, I'm expecting a classic maps playlist, because so many people are remaking maps that if they don't make a playlist, it's just all Forge custom classic maps. I'd be surprised. Something to put the pit into. So much out there right now, it's hard to not to get distracted from Forge at this point. Yeah, it really is. And then I'm having to move at the same time, so it's very hard not to get distracted. Let's see, I think I could made this too tall for sure. I was trying to go up to the roof, and then I made it too tall, and I should not have adjusted it at all in the first place, because it was already the right height for this outer piece. the doorway. I think this is about right. I don't know for sure that this ceiling is actually going to the right place because it might be supposed to end at the slope. I think I'm not going to be able to tell unless I look at it in Blender. I almost called it 3ds Max. I haven't used Max in forever. Like, jeez. Like, I haven't used it since I tried to make Halo Gate maps for the custom edition back in the day. I never actually made one. Like, I started making one and learning how to do 3ds Max. That was actually why I learned a 3D model in the first place. Was to make... I was like, I wanted to already, and then I was like, wait, custom edition has the ability to make maps. And so I went and I learned I got... because I was going to be going off of free 1 month free copies of 3ds Max. I was like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn how to use it from Gmax, the really crappy school version, like free school version of 3ds Max. Nowadays they just have like a free copy of 3ds Max or something, I think, but that has like some kind of limitations or something. I may be wrong about that. They may not have that at all. But anyway, I was like, basically I was trying to use some other tools to learn it, and then I was able to go over back into 3ds Max afterward. And then I've learned Blender since then. Let's see. Which is definitely the better choice given how it's all, it's free. You want it to be free. Especially if you're going to be learning something that you don't even know if you're ever going to get to use. Okay, so I think... let's see. I think I need to get... I was trying to figure out what I was doing with the ceiling for this. Yeah, I think it goes to... Okay, so what I was looking at in Blender just now was that the ceiling square portion goes to here, which is... you can barely see it. It lines up with this panel here, up at the top. And they've got diagonal lines there with their polygons, but I'm going to have to make a straight edge across to make my angles because it's forged. It's slight forge limitations. So this should go to the inner part. Jeez, this is so good. This song. It's like I said, I always gush over ODST. And then I remember how good Halo 3 is whenever Halo 3's music is actually playing. Like, I don't go out of my way to, like, play Halo 3 all that often. Play Halo 3 music that often, I mean. I play Halo 3 all the time, but I think I've probably played through the campaign, like 30 times or something since getting it on Steam at the beginning of last year, so just since I got it on Steam alone, I'm pretty sure I've played it like 30 times, so. Okay, so this is right over here. Now, unfortunately, I didn't think about... Is there a way to... let's see. Is there middle magnet? No, my middle magnets are on those sides. Jeez, okay, well. I was hoping I could maybe snap it to something in the middle here and make further adjustments, but I didn't realize I had lined myself up wrong. That's okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so I think the obvious thing is to just start duplicating things and putting them over on the other side. Dun. Do, do, do. Dun, dun. Okay, so this... You know what I should have done? Duplicate. What? Oh, yeah, it's all the way up there. Oh, what? No. Let's do this one and that one, so that it rotates on that one's angle. Oh, man. And then we go straight into Reach. Like, I turn on Reach music without it having to be like on its own, and I turn on ODST music on its own, but I never think to turn on Halo 3 music for some reason. I think it's because, I don't know, maybe it just doesn't vibe with day-to-day life enough. That's my excuse, and not just bad memory, to just think, oh, no, yeah, turn on the good music. Turn on some of the good music that you like so much. Why not? But yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Here, and here. We're gonna prefab this, duplicate that, and then we're gonna drag this over here. Tell the creators of Prey to put it on 4K Blu-ray. What about that cat game? Let's see. Actually, this should be able to rotate on a 45-degree angle. Do you, have you played that cat game yet? It's actually looks really good. I didn't, let's see. I want to go rotate 45 degrees. 1, 2, what? No. Keep it, Jesus. Come on, man. Keep it on the same angle. Jumping around on me. Let's see. Here we go. Now we can duplicate that. And that can snap to there. Let's see. You said something. I'm about to read it. I'm just aiming my cursor at the moment. Okay, that's strange. This side's... Oh, right. Because I don't have my... Wait, no? Am I somehow not centered for this entire structure over here? Because I centered the base, and then I centered that column off it. What is not snapping correct? Oh, I see. No, this still shouldn't end up making it that far off, but this is supposed to be snapping to there, not there, not the other side, but... Oh, you know what? I bet this wall... No, because I centered this length off this and this length. I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, let me read what you said. Tell the creators of Prey to put... What? No, because it looks stupid. Not sure how a cat game related to Prey movie, but I'll go along with it. As soon as you said Prey, I thought cat. Because cats... Yeah. Everything's... A cat's prey. Duh. Even humans. They try to eat us, too. But no, yeah, I know. It's completely weird and off topic. I agree. It was a random ADD moment, or whatever. Potential ADHD moment. Still don't know if I got that. But yeah. Okay, so now I don't know what's going on here because this side is not matching up to that side. I must have done something weird somewhere. Was I not supposed to do 45 degrees for this door? I don't know. But yeah, no, the Prey movie. I never got to play the Prey game, so I'm going to be really interested in watching the Prey movie because it's the only experience I will have with Prey. But I definitely, I remember it being like attempting to compete with a bunch of other games like Halo. For example, you know what I did? You know what I did? It's funny, this side's probably about to match up and now the other side is not going to match up. You know what I did wrong here? This is supposed to match up here. Look at that. That's supposed to go to there. And I put it to there and put a little lip there and it's not supposed to be there. Which means both sides are wrong somehow. And something is not centered and everything is bad. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I don't understand how though. Because, like, this magnet piece is lining up in the middle there, for sure. And yet this ground piece is lined up there and lined up there. How is this ground piece lined up perfectly with this? And then that's lined up with the center. Like, the magnets are all lining up, and yet somehow it's coming out wrong, different on one side than from the other. Sorry, I was just really pulled into that. I don't know what's stopping them from putting it on 4K Blu-ray when every other Predator film is. Prey movie isn't related to the game, it's a prequel to the Predator. Okay, now that makes more sense. I didn't know anything about that. And now I remember that I did hear about the Predator prequel, and now I feel dumb. But yeah, let's see. I don't know what to do about this. I assume that this wall isn't lined up with the floor, whereas on this side it is. So this wall is probably the reason why everything looks off. Like, no, it was lined up with the wall. With the floor, I mean. What is happening here that I've done wrong? There's got to be a piece in the wrong position. Now we know that this is actually the correct position here. And just like that is, but I don't understand what I've done wrong. Everything else is in alignment. Obviously I gotta grab this and fix it. Okay, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to remove it from prefab, deselect that, reselect it, make it the last one that has been selected, and snap it to there. And now everything is off again, so I need to... Is the doorway the right size? Because that would definitely... I should just ask you what it was. Predator remake, that makes sense. That would have been a much easier thing to do, just to ask you. But yeah. But now that I know... Yeah, I know. I understand now. I understand. Okay. This is one of those hard to align sections of the map. Very difficult. Sorry, wasn't quite flush there. But I still don't understand how this is centered on this, and both are coming off of the exact same design, and yet they're not the exact same design. I see it now. I see it. This door is definitely... I've twisted by the 45 degrees, and it's wrong. And it was 27 degrees. I think I went, what, 1/2? An additional 1/2, so I think I need to somehow figure out a way to... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the correct angle off of this by duplicating this. And let's see, selecting that first, and then everything else, and then I'm going to flip it this way. Now that will be the correct angle. So if I snap this in, like right there, just leave it there for now, and I replace these pieces with these pieces, they will be the correct angle, and I can just sort of like rebuild the door right side up by just using these snapping points for height. And that should fix the confusion. Okay. This should fix everything. Okay, you said something else. Predator, let's see, it's Predator Max mixed with Assassin's Creed 3, mixed with the Revenant. Really? That's cool. That's an interesting description, so now I'm especially intrigued. Oh, I never scaled up this piece? That's fine, I can fix that. That must be how it got off from the bottom piece. Somehow, that must have made it off. Oop. I need to do this again, but this time I can just start here, do this, flip it this way, 45 degrees, and delete that. Let's see, it's on Hulu for you Americans, Disney Plus for us international folk. Oh, gotcha. So, I think we have Hulu. We might have gotten rid of Hulu, but I think we do still have Hulu. Do we have Hulu? Oh, she's got her headphones on. Let's see. Probably because it would be really awkward to listen to someone stream in the same room as yourself, you know? Like, it'd be one thing to watch a stream, but to be in the same room as the person who's streaming and to not be watching the stream, I imagine would be really, really awkward. Let's see, I think I need to... deselect this and reselect it, and then there we go. Let's see, here we go. Okay, so that's getting much closer, and it actually nearly fixes it over here. Did I make any other adjustments over here while it's thinking there was a way to fix it? Or is it just that this wall isn't as thick as that wall? No, they're the same thickness, but it might not be in as far, you know what I mean? Like, is there a gap between these two pieces? What is happening there? Yeah, there's a gap. Oh, I've got this lined up with this floor, and this floor apparently is not exactly lined up with this floor. Oh, okay. If it's not perfect width to this floor, then that would explain potentially why it's misaligning over here, because my center point might not be exactly right. Weird. But yeah. So you're saying, let's see, very nice cinematography on Prey. Yeah. The Predator movies have always pretty much specialized in cinematography, so that's good that they're keeping that up. Is it, how do they, by the way, The Revenant, that movie, that's the one, whenever you said The Revenant, what popped into mind was the movie about where he gets mauled by the bear. Is that what the one you're talking about? Because I think that one was called Revenant, and you might be talking about different, about something else, like a video game called Revenant. That's not coming to my mind right now, if there is one. Because you said Revenant and Assassin's Creed, stuff like that, and that was what came to mind. I was like, that sounds really interesting. But now I'm realizing that that I didn't necessarily catch what you meant there. Yeah, with the bear, like I said. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, is this the correct width for this door? It might be, but let me see if the height is correct, because I might have gone... Yeah, it feels like the width is correct, actually, but the height is not. And which makes sense, because... Did I move that piece over and not copy it again? Oh, man. That's the second time I've done that today. Anyway, the height of this door did feel like it had, in the original, a little bit less of that there. Like, let me show you and explain. Let's see. I believe that, honestly, that is probably enough. Like, the exact thickness of what I had of this, like, sort of lintel piece. It's called lintel, right? I believe so. The sort of cross beam across the doorway. Let's see. And I'm gonna recreate this. And this time, and flip it across. And I think you just said something, but I need to read. Let's see. Just there we go. Okay. Oh, just BRB. That's all you said. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. I think since I didn't stream yesterday, it's possible that's why I'm at 3 streamers today, because there's usually like 4 or 5-ish. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't. They're viewers, I mean, not streamers. But yeah. But now that I think about it, actually, I might be just being silly, because actually it gets to 4 or 5 later on, after I've been streaming for a while, usually. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Now that is all better. And now I have to reduplicate it all. Let me check the from the inside. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. I might have even made it too high at this point. It also may not be as deep as it needs to be. But that's actually not going to affect a lot. I could just stand here in the doorway like this. Stand here in the doorway like this. Check the width. Definitely feels like it needs to be wider. Before I go copying it across, though, I definitely want to make these adjustments. Because I have them sort of like in position. You know what? Nope. This one. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Good stuff. And then we just get this amount here and put it in here. Why did it just magnet while I'm in the menu? Come on, man. I mean, it's not a big deal because it's just snapped there, but why is it? There we go. Alright, that should work. It also makes a cool texture inside this doorway that I like a lot. Cool, okay. Cool. And then we go back to the inside of the door and look at it, just to make sure everything lines up. It's looking pretty good. I may have made it too tall, but not by enough to matter. And if that comes into play as an issue, then I will change it. Because it could come into an alignment issue. I guess maybe I should just do it right the first time, so whenever I copy it across to that side, it's not terrible. And I don't have to worry about making more adjustments at that point. But yeah. Okay. Okay, I think this is good to be copied across. Fairly certain. In which case I'm going to delete everything over here that's wrong and just line it up from the bottom again. Last time I used the old one to line it up, but I didn't actually need to do that, and I just realized that I didn't need to do that before. Let's see. Okay. So duplicate. Is that the left? Nope. It's got to be the first one I select to be the rotation point. And then 45 degrees. And then we'll grab this and bring it to the top. This and bring it to the top, and then this and bring it up to there. Well, let's see, bring it up to there, and then select all of this, make that the last one. Already was, but let's see, and then it snaps to there. Now we have a door, and ooh, that adjusted it further back. Did that finally make it all line up? Something I did just made it all line up correctly. That's good. That's fantastic. It all lines up perfectly now. And I didn't have to rescale anything to be different on each side. I'm glad that worked out. Okay. That is good news. Let's see. Now this little gap here still needs to be fixed. Otherwise, people are going to be able to see outside the map. Not sure how to fix it. Short of like... Oh, I guess I could just make this longer. That's an obvious one. Sort of go inside the wall a little bit. There. Do I still have a gap over here because of the same thing? I don't, because these pieces are different. But I'll still... scale it up just a little bit, put it inside the wall, just to be sure that I'm not missing something. But man, this is cool. I like this. Oh, he waved, yes. Epic Games seems to have backed Microsoft in the Activision deal. Really? Wow. I guess because Epic Games also wants to go out and acquire a whole bunch of stuff, but also Sony is pretty powerful right now. Kind of scary, to be honest, for a game developer. For competing game developers. They're like rocking everything, especially after that display they did at the you know, with God of War getting all those insane number of awards, you know. It's crazy. But man, that's basically, things are heating up, is what you're saying. Okay, I need to get the roof up there into view. To be fair, it is Sony Santa Monica. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that, by the way, gives my wife a lot of bragging rights, because she was in the QA on that game, and it's like the first game to release in like an entire generation or two where they finally didn't have a whole lot of bugs, and she's specifically in QA. So I was very proud of her. I'm still am, obviously. We just released, but yeah. She doesn't even know. She's got her headphones on. I'm talking about her. Let's see. I'm gonna snap to there and get my length. Oh, way too far, way too far. There we go. To be fair, Sony said the lowest rated game is like an 82. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're a fantastic studio. She was constantly getting like being able to just you know, shoot, like, they fix bugs fast, from what I understand from her. Way faster than EA did. It's not NDA, I think. To say that they fix their bugs very quickly, I don't think that's something against the NDA. This is not a specific practice. If it was a specific practice, I can't talk about it. Or anything about the game that I don't really know anything about the game. There's nothing to know about the game beyond what's already released, you know, it's out. But the point is that, yeah, she probably knows something about the game that's extra, but I don't know. Because we set her up in a our walk-in closet at this apartment, and actually the one at the new place is like the exact dimensions of a cubicle, and so she's been basically just working out of a closet. It's a cloffice, as people during COVID have dubbed it, because apparently a lot of people were doing that. I think you're saying stuff. I gotta read it. Okay. Their lowest rate. Oh yeah. No, never mind. It was just the adjustments I was making over here were happening up there, and I thought it was the twitching in my peripheral vision was just like coming off as something someone was saying. Okay. Now I believe this angle, I think this is the angle that's different from the interior. I believe this is, oh, that's definitely not 45-degree angle off this one. Okay, that's weird. Might watch a movie soon. Okay. Well, if you gotta go, let me know. And let's see. That's trying to think of how I'm doing this angle. I know. It'd be cool if I could give out juicy details about game, but can't do that. NDA. Let's see. Not sure why yet, though. Not sure why you're watching. You want to watch a movie? Probably just want to watch a movie, right? Or are you talking about something else? Let's see. You get an urge to watch a movie? Oh, probably what yet? I misread that. I see what you mean. Being dumb again. Not reading correctly. Okay. Man, let's see. Okay, I think that this is not that angle. I don't know what angle to put that at. I swear though, just complete nonsense with my reading today. Keep on misreading things. Like I suddenly became dyslexic. Just keep on misreading random words. Let's see. I blame the exhaustion levels from trying to move. That's what I'm gonna say that, and I'm sticking to it. Make my excuse, and I'm gonna stick to it. Let's see. I believe that is very close to the right angle. And the thing about this one is, if I perfect this angle, it won't be a massive benefit because on an exterior wall that doesn't have anything to do with like grenade bounce angles or anything like that. It does go all the way to the ground, but it's not a significant. This is not a significant wall. So I'm tempted to just go off a 5-degree snap like that and just go with it. But if I was gonna go and make it a 1-to-1, I would go in here to Blender, and I would Shift D, and I am clearly actually doing this. And I would put it in the middle of that wall. Let's see. That looks like is it 45 degrees from the wall? Because that just went to 45 degrees and immediately was lining up. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Apparently it's really simple and easy, and it is on a 5-degree snap. I just need to go off of that wall there. But let's see. No one in House of the Dragon got nominated for awards either. I know, isn't that weird? I was really confused about that one. Okay, we're going back to this angle. That didn't make any sense. Okay, so this is the correct angle right here. This is exactly right because it's 45 degrees off that wall. So this is perfect. And this is why I had to have it as 2 different pieces because they're different angles there. Okay. And then this goes all the way, like I said, to the ground level, like all the way down there. There may be a bit of a slope to the terrain, I think, there, but I could be wrong. And so basically should go all the way to where that column goes. Which is pretty tall. No one has to... Oh, one person did? Who was it? Oh, was it the king? Was it Viserys, actually? I wouldn't be surprised if it was Viserys. But, that wasn't the one that we voted on, right? No, not him. Okay. Who was it then? Rhaenyra, maybe? That was a good show. Have you ever seen Hot Fuzz, by the way? Because if you haven't, you should. Viserys is in that. The adult version of Rhaenyra. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Oh, she's the one who did the birth scene, too. Yeah. That was a really hyper-realistic birth scene. Coming from someone who's been present during them and participated to some degree. My wife actually agrees. Oh, good. The Cornetto trilogy, good. Just wanted to make sure, because I was gonna say that. Yeah, no, he's great as the Andes too, and that's always great. That was a fun part for him. Or he's one of the Andes. I thought they had once I found out he was one of the Andes. I thought for a second that maybe they had like, you know, copied him digitally and that he was both of them, but then I found out now he was just one of them. They actually did have 2 actors. I forgot. Like, I thought back on it, I was like, wait, were they the same actor? They did look a lot alike. But then, yeah, went back and watched it again because it's a great movie. And yeah, no, they're different actors. Let's see. Discord. Let's see. Oh, nice. Yes. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and we're at World's End. Or The World's End. At World's End is the Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm just misread again. Let's see. I don't know why I just flipped that. Wasn't going to flip on the angle that I wanted to. I was thinking in terms of flipping it there. Like on this piece. Let's see. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it's useful. About to need to have flipped it. I rewatch Shaun of the Dead almost once a year, and Hot Fuzz about almost once a year. Almost that often, just because of how funny they are. They're just top-notch. And I mean, it's amazing about that budget stuff. Like the lore, I guess, of making that film. That's how Hidden Xperia would call it, the lore of it. I think that might be a bit much to refer to that as the lore of it, but... It's alright, Andy. It's just a... Andy is just Balinese. Nice. Yeah. It's just so good. Let's see. I have no idea what to do about these floors. This is going to be weird. I mean, it's basically, I guess, going to be a duplicate of the ceiling, so I could almost just copy that down, but it won't be an exact duplicate of the ceiling, which is really weird. And I'm definitely going to have to change those textures. Let's see. Let's duplicate. And I guess I could snap it to something over there. Witcher 3 Enhanced Edition getting almost perfect scores. Really? That's good. My mother-in-law will be especially happy about that because she is avid about that game. She's an avid Witcher fan. And I will one day play them. I do like the show, and I know I will like the games because I started playing 2 or 3, and I was like, I couldn't finish it because I didn't own it. So while I was working in Electronic Arts, right, I was QA testing Origin, the platform, for a little bit. And while I was on Origin, there was a time whenever we didn't have anything. There was no new update. It was all debugged. It was all working great. So I was like, so they told us, hey, just go ahead and hop in any game you want and just sort of try and test this is really rare in gaming industry. But they were like, yeah, just hop into any game you want and just sort of try QA testing to make sure the game installs correctly and plays correctly and whatever. So you just get to pick whatever game you want to play right now and just play it on company time. And it was very short, it's a very short-lived thing that comes up very rarely. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pick The Witcher. And that was the only time I've ever gotten to play The Witcher, aside from I got like The Witcher 3, and I didn't want to play like the third one, or maybe it was The Witcher 2, and I didn't want to play it on I didn't want to just like jump straight into the third one, so I was like, or the second one, the third one, whatever it was that I had, so I just didn't do it. Show's pointless now. Yeah, because of Cavill leaving. I think I agree with you. Okay, this will give me a centerpiece, so I actually, I was struggling to figure out where to snap this to get it into the right spot, and I think I just figured it out. I'm going to delete all of this and recopy it, because this will take less time than anything else. If I grab that with it, then I can grab this piece, this piece, this piece, and grab all of it. And then I can duplicate, and then I can flip it over. I agree though, it's, yeah, they really messed up with losing Cavill. That was a terrible idea, and whatever rewrites that they wanted to do as a means of, like whatever they thought made it worth it, they were wrong. Wow, that's amazing. That lines up perfectly right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't line up perfectly with where I want it to line up. Oh wait, it will, actually. Hold on. That means that this one will line up perfectly as well. Now that should get... I was expecting that to get perfect. There we go. That should be perfect to align with the rest of the floor and with the outside and everything. It looks like it could move a little bit further out, but I could be wrong about that. That might even still be correct. Okay, that should have been a little clever, sort of creative means of getting that alignment. Yeah, that's perfect. Cool. That looks right. And now I just need to change the texture. Let me go look back and make sure I didn't miss anything, because I may have read, might have skipped something or something like that. Let's see. Okay, so The Witcher 3 Enhanced Edition getting almost perfect scores. Yeah, the show's pointless now. Yeah, there's no reason to watch it when the main person you watch it for has left. No one's going to watch it when the replacement's in. I mean, I think I'll give it a try, but I kind of am going to be going into it knowing it's going to be like giving the Halo TV show a try. Whenever we already knew from the descriptions ahead of time that it probably was going to go very poorly. And so I feel like I'll give it a try, but at the same time, I'm not hopeful at all. Okay, there are 2 swatches on this, and I need to do the top one, but I did the bottom one. What? Oops, there we go. So that means this one is metal on the bottom? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now let's go see. Rather than them just cancel it after season 3. Yeah, I don't know if season 3, because since we haven't seen season 3, it might be that the ending of season 3 is such a cliffhanger that they couldn't even make that decision if they wanted to. You know what I mean? Like if they're like, yeah, there's no way we can end it here. And if that's true, then that was probably one of the reasons why Cavill was able to use it, or was trying to use it as a like a negotiating tactic. I'm trying to see if this side looks better, because it looked a little bit funny with the rust. Kind of looks a little stretched. Not like too bad. I think it's that the fact that it's stretching and continuing underneath this column that's bothering it's bothering me. You know what else? It's because it didn't matter that one was metal. The textures rotated. And actually I just looked at the ceiling and it kind of does matter. For that half second I looked up at the ceiling and I was like, oh, actually. Okay, I need to do 10.11. 10.11. I don't know if our other regular, viewers are in the chat today, but I haven't seen anyone. Oh. Open this. Thank you. There we go. Oh, wait. I put it in the wrong spot. What am I doing? Jeez, of course. Of course it didn't do anything whenever I tried to press it. 2.11. Really? Come on, man. This thing is gonna probably bug out the map. I bet that this is gonna cause some kind of bug. Why did that snap? Okay, now. R. Okay. Okay, alright. So we were talking about The Witcher. And I was going to... And I just said something and I can't remember if I finished my thought. But what I was going to say... What I was trying to say was that basically... if they... let's see. If they wanted to... I don't know. It just... Maybe I can't... I don't have a thought to finish. And let me also... I just realized I did all that and I didn't go back into Master Chief Collections and check to make sure this is the right angle. Oh, it is. Oh, cool. That is the angle that's supposed to be. Okay, cool. That will, make it easier. That looks better, by the way. So I'm turning it around. Figured it would. Now, I think I messed up some kind of snapping or something. Because it looks like there's a lip there. I think it was whenever I snapped this. Did I not get a perfect height? Oh, jeez. Interesting. All that work that I did earlier and I didn't actually get a perfect height out of it. Okay, so, let's see. Try and get this to go down. And we're just gonna eyeball it. go down like this. Real gentle with the mouse. Oh, it's on increments. So much for real gentle. Let's see. Which button is the press for that? I'm trying to just forgot which button to press. No, it's minus and plus on the keypad, on the keyboard. But I don't ever use those. It was like I suddenly forgot the one that I always use. And didn't remember, and did remember the one I never use. Okay. So that should be perfect. Okay, nice. Okay, let's see now. This has got to be the police department HQ. I had to guess. This is Skyline, yeah, which I believe is the police department, right? That's the name of the police department. The level is NMPHQ, Mombasa Police Department, NMPD HQ. And then but then I think the song is I believe is the one, Skyline. Okay, let's see. Is this the right thickness for the outside piece? That's something that I went to check earlier, but I forgot to finish checking. I don't think so. It looks much thicker. Ooh. Let's grab these pieces and these pieces, and then I will turn everything transparent, and we'll be able to see through, see exactly how much of a difference it is. About double, if not triple. Yeah, that's almost triple. I think it's the inner column is 2/5 the outer column's width, I believe. Something to that effect. So that outer column is really thick. It also happens to be... Is it the same thickness as the one over there? Yeah. It's the same thickness as the one over here, it looks like. Which means whatever thickness this is, I'm going to want to adjust that column over there to the exact same thickness. I know you can't make out, you can't see down there, and you can't make out what I'm doing because it's in transparency mode. And I'll just explain in MCC, I mean in Infinite. So that column comes up and wraps over the top of the base and into the stalagmite. What are they called whenever they're together, merged? Is it stalagmite? And then because it touches the floor, or is it stalactite because it still touches the ceiling? I have no idea. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, undo should be rescaling this thing, and I don't know why it's not. I swear, undo seems to be broken right now, and I think that maybe the game is broken right now, but who knows? Okay, well, that's okay. That's all good. Let's save that. Oh, will you be watching Joker 2? I haven't seen Joker 1. It's not something my wife was interested in watching, so I just haven't gotten around to it. I tend to just watch with her, so... but I will one day watch it because I am a Batman fanatic. Not just gonna even say a fan. I'll go straight out and say just fanatic. So I will one day watch it, but there hasn't been an opportunity because of the fact that, yeah, my wife is not interested in watching the Joker movie, so I have no real timing. If Joker 2 wasn't a musical, I'd be interested in it. It's a musical? That I did not hear. It's gonna be a musical? That might be amazing, actually. That has a chance to be amazing, but is very likely going to be terrible. Yeah, with Lady Gaga. Oh, I mean, that's not like a terrible thing, but it's also like, why specifically Lady Gaga? It's starting to sound like the Weird Al movie, is what I'm trying to say, which I am heavily interested in. I'm very interested in seeing the Weird Al movie. And I don't know if that's out yet. If it's out already, I might have to see it now. Your reaction is the same as 95% of other people. Yeah, exactly. It's like, that has potential. Please don't fuck that up. That could be good, but it also could be the worst. Like, just why? It's just, yeah, exactly. It's like I see where you're going with that. But why? That meme, I forget what that's from. Just the one that's just like a GIF and going, but why? Was that from Deadpool? Was that Ryan Reynolds or someone else in that meme? Gosh, I use it all the time. You'd think I'd remember. Okay, so this is going to be this weird angle. First movie was so good, but as soon as I heard Joker 2 as a musical, I sold my copy. That's some dedication to the original. Let's see. Okay, I've got that, and then I had a 1/2 inch. Gotta go back a 1/2 inch, looks like. Okay. It must have been good with how much everybody raves about it. It's, oh, wrong side. I saw that it was on that side, and I thought I was doing the right thing by picking the magnet on that part, but this is why they need to fix this. If it was consistent, I wouldn't have to try and think of in terms of flipping it every time. I wouldn't get wrong half the time. Let's see. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Let's go 45 degrees all the way around. Turn it all the way around. Did I mess up my angle just now? Okay, no, I fixed it after I messed it up. Good. Okay, and then this goes this way. And then it's a really... I can't tell if it's a steep slope or not. I really do want to see that movie as well, though. Like, there's a lot of movies I got to catch up on, because with COVID, we had kids, you know, we had a baby, we couldn't get COVID vaccine and all that kind of stuff for so long, and it was just rough. But eventually, now we've got, you know, everyone vaccinated, and now we're having a new baby. So, yeah. Speaking of, due date's on the 1st of next month, so I don't think I had said that yet, so we're having another baby. Sort of announcement, I guess, in a way, because I don't think I mentioned that. I don't know if that came up. I had one of the streams whenever my son was crying in the background at the very end, and I had uploaded it to YouTube, and I heard exactly how loud he was crying in the background, and I was like, my swimmers were successful, exactly. Like, I had that one stream when he was crying in the background. I had to go in there and put a disclaimer in the YouTube video of it, because I was like, yeah, okay, people are going to hear this and think I'm terrible for ignoring him in the background, just crying. I was like, I got to put a disclaimer to tell people, to explain that I had glanced over at one point and saw my wife was in there with him, like, she's going to be able to handle whatever's wrong, you know? So I had ignored him because I was like, yeah, she was on break, I guess, from work at that time. She was still working, but she was on break from work, and it was like, so I felt like I was going to end up making someone think I was a terrible father if I didn't go on there and mention why I wasn't in there helping him while he was crying. So yeah, had to add that disclaimer. Let's see, it looks like we got this column thing set up. It's not on the other side because it's buried in rock. And I kind of feel like the Forerunner structure probably, I mean, clearly is a doorway, not a window on that side, but I'm not sure if there was originally a natural slope, I mean a structural slope that got covered in rock over time, or what it is that they have going on over there, but yeah. But you know what? This can actually go down. No, this is the whole ceiling. No, no, no. That is not going to go down. Let's see. Gosh, StarCraft, the original StarCraft, broke my mind. And let me explain. When I read the word successful, unless I'm hearing someone say it in their own way, if I read it, like every time, like I just glanced over there and it happened a second time since you said it, I hear teleport successful in my head to this very day. From the Protoss teleporting in, I want to say that's the sound for making a Dragoon? Is that right? I think that's the Dragoons spawn in. It's been so long since I've played, I don't even remember which unit it is. But I remember to this very day that sound effect being like that announcement, teleport successful, being associated with specifically, like, it's insanity. It's nonsense. Like, why is this a thing? How is Blizzard so successful at making their characters that the word successful to this day registers as a random dialogue from their game? It's insanity. And I know, it makes me really weird that this kind of thing even happens. But that's how my brain works in my head. As soon as I read your thing about, your swimmers were successful. As soon as I read successful, teleport successful popped in my head, like I've just summoned a unit instead of we're gonna have a baby, which I guess is a little fitting, sort of. I'm summoning a new unit, I guess. I'm helping. I did the base original work, not the hard part. But yeah. Let's see. That's another, like, basically the same thing, but it's built completely different, so I'm going to be using completely different pieces. It does appear, though, that maybe this light is lined up, yeah, with this slope. The bottom of this light is lined up there. We did summon a unit. Exactly. Summoned via love length. Yeah. Exactly. So that's yeah. If my wife knew what we were saying from the other room, she would be cringing. She'd be like, "You guys are, oh my god." It would be hilarious if she could hear us right now. Let's see. She might be able to. She's not at her desk anymore. She doesn't have her headphones on. She probably can hear us. Let's see. I think I've got to do this slope. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if that slope is this, but backwards. That looks a lot like it, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that looks about the same. Got a glass to the door. I don't know what you mean by that. Listen to every word. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, now I understand. A literal glass, a cup. For a second, I was like, wait, I don't know what you mean. But now I do. I gotcha. I'm actually in the living room, so there's no door. My computer room, our new place actually has an extra bedroom we're going to be using as a computer room because our kids are so young they don't want separate rooms. They want to share a room, and they don't want to play room versus a bedroom either. And so we're like, sure, that gives us an office. That's cool. That'll be our computer room. That can be your school room, and our computer room, it'll be an office for everyone to use. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to have an office to sort of stream in there. Plot twist. She has the stream up on her headphones. That would have been great. Oh, we did go down a viewer since then. Maybe she did. I don't think she does, actually, though. She told me, actually, that, no offense, she said, your stream is not something I would watch. I said, I understand that, because on YouTube, whenever I had my demographics and could actually read all that, which is one of the things I'm losing by not being on YouTube, is, it 100% male audience. 100%. And, I was getting over 100 views, but getting 100% male audience and getting it up to 92 subscribers over there. And I was like, yeah, so I don't blame you. I'm sure it's a male thing to be interested in building Forge maps. But yeah, stream God of War, then she'll be forced to watch. Checkmate. That's true. Oh man, that would work. I also have multiple friends who would actually chime into my stream for that too. Because most of my friends are not Halo fans. It's very lame of them. Very lame and disappointing of them, but you know. You know what? I didn't scale this. Oh man. I rotated this piece to the right angle, but I don't think I adjusted scale. And I didn't look at how wide this end wall is to do it either, so... man, I just realized that. That means I'm going to have to adjust the floor and the ceilings. Tiles, like pieces, because I think this end piece is going to be too thin. What's my progress on Twitch affiliate? I'm actually really close. Well, I'm like 50% of the way on followers. I'm at 24 followers. I need to get to 50. But everything else I think I hit. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Make this a little bigger. Where is that? That's at home, I think, right? And then I gotta click on this. There's probably a better way to get... Oh, it's at analytics. I see achievements. Path to affiliate. Yeah, I've got hours, almost double. Stream on 7 different days. I've got 8. Average of 3 viewers, 3.78. And I just need to get 50 followers. And I'm at 23. Wait, it says 23 of 50, but... Oh, because it only tracks the last 30 days. One of my followers is my friend named Jeremiah, who's been... he subscribed to me back when I was doing D&D content, just to give me another subscriber. So... he doesn't count. He doesn't even play D&D, so he was just doing it just to be supportive of his friend, which was very cool of him. Let's see. You'll get that within the next few months then. I hope so. I think it only tracks for 30 days though, so I don't know if it's gonna give it to me. I have to get it like within this month if I want to. I'm pretty sure I have to get it within the month. So I think that this is showing me from down here in Master Chief Collection that it's about twice this, the thickness here, and this thickness was already set up to be correct. So actually it was set up to be correct, but I never actually went and checked it again once I adjusted the size of everything here. So, well, if you keep promoting your stream on Twitter and Discord, people will pop in. I also think that, I assume that people will also come over from YouTube as I upload the videos there, so hopefully that will happen as well. I'm just gonna grab, no, that's all like prefabbed. Let's see. I just need like a small terrain piece, and this is not small in the slightest, but I'll grab this one. I'm just trying to stick something. I guess I could have grabbed one of these. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I don't have to change anything, scale or anything. These are just like, it's the right texture, and I didn't end up using it. I set up the textures, but didn't end up using it, so I just stuck it there. I think you were around for that, but I don't know if you remember. Let's see, so now I can see it from the outside, and then I can go into Master Chief Collection and get on the slope and see it from the outside. I believe 50 followers is tracked for all time, not for... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think you're right, because... Let me see. Let me go back into that real quick. Analytics, achievements, path to affiliate. Okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it does say 30-day performance, and is a divider between the 50, reach 50 followers and the stuff below that. I didn't notice that, but you're right. That is definitely separate. Okay. Then why is it only tracking 23? Do I count as a subscriber to myself in that one at the top of the screen? Because at the top of the screen it's saying 24 followers. In my stream manager view, it says 24 followers. But then it only says 23 there. That's odd. Okay, this is so dark. So hard to see. But I do believe that... yeah, exactly. Just shrugs. No clue. My food's ready, so I'll need to go and be going in a sec. That's fine. That is fine. You're currently the most talkative person in stream, but I don't mind lurkers at all. Lurkers are cool. I would be a lurker. I don't the few people like I do chat a little bit in Rejected Shotgun's stream. Mainly I started doing it whenever someone gifted subs to his YouTube channel, and that puts a little green thing on your name, and I was like, whoa, I got gifted. I was in like these 5 randomly selected gifted subs, and I was like, cool. Well, in that case, I'll start commenting. And so I did. And that was right before I started streaming too, so I was like, I guess, you know, I'm kind of thinking about streaming. Maybe if I start commenting here, people will see my name and my logo will pop up, and maybe that'll sort of give me an initial... Okay, this has gotta... Come on, man. Okay. I think I need to make sure that actually went to There we go. That should be actually the correct scale, but it might still be wrong. But yeah, so I mostly lurk myself. And then I'll get... I've watched live streams and then waited for the stream to be done so I could make a YouTube comment before. But yeah, it won't take me long. Cool, cool. Sounds good. Let's see. I think the portion of this that is this lentil is also... I think it's called a lentil. I might be using that wrong word. Let's see. It's also going to need to get thicker to match the thickness because it does go all the way around in the original. Which should be correct. Now, I need to change the thickness of this piece so that there's no Z fighting. Okay, now we've got a new proper door with new proper scaling and needs to be copied all over again. Let's see. Duplicates. Duplicate. It's an action. Let's see. Now I gotta line it up with the inner triangle. And delete that. There's a lot of overlap between the music in the Halo series and the music in Metroid Prime, and that went up a lot whenever Halo 4 came out because it's so much more similar to that to me than, in my opinion, than even other Halo music. Like I call it the best Metroid Prime soundtrack to be made. But because I don't feel it's a very Halo-y sound, because of all the weird techno, all the weird synth rather. But yeah, 15 minutes or so. But basically, the same time. Okay, so this should be about around twice that, like a little less than twice that. So that should be correct, I think. Yeah, the thickness of this wall is going to go down. That's interesting. I don't think it'll be a problem. It's definitely an interesting situation. Okay. Yeah, I have more than one object selected somehow. So basically, though, what I was going to say was about that is that, and that's not even to say that Metroid Prime is bad music or anything. It just is a very similar feel already. And what I feel like is whenever the way I feel about it is that, I had a thought that I was leading up to, and now I'm trying to remember what it was. Is that... Oh, that's right. I was just going to say, all I was going to say about it was that it kind of gives me... I remember the... I'll get this out eventually. I promise. It won't just be the whole time. Okay. I was just going to say that I often hear something in a Halo song and it immediately makes me think of an area of a world in Metroid Prime. And most of the time, almost all of the time, it is very strangely the snow biomes. Like, it's like, yes, there are parts in other areas that sort of match, but almost all of the time, almost every single time, the snow biome is what comes to mind. Specifically, like from each of the games. Like, their version of the snow biome from Metroid Prime series always seems to basically match up with the Marty's style. Basically, it's like the snow biome is how the composer for the Metroid Prime series feels. Or Marty's music is the exact image, or like musical image sort of, that comes to mind for the composer of the Metroid series while they are composing their own music. And I think that's amazing and hilarious because there was so much snow in the original Halo game, and a lot of those themes from like Assault on the Control Room were actually, from the snowy levels, were the ones that are kind of the most iconic. They're the ones that went on to be expanded the most into other areas of the game. So it's just really interesting to me that both musicians sort of felt like that was the sound of snow at the same time, and they were both being made at the same time. Like Metroid Prime 1 didn't come out after Halo, or it came out after Halo, but it didn't come out didn't start development after Halo. So unless they added that music in to after hearing Halo's themes and went, okay, we're gonna sort of try to copy this a little bit, which is possible. Why is this? Oh, I'm scaling on Y. That's why. It's possible, but I just feel like since they were both in development at the same time, it's just as likely that they just happened to coincidentally feel that was the sound of snow. You know what I mean? I know that. Yeah, it's just like. I think that's just one of those coincidental musical overlaps, if I had to guess, to be honest. Let's see, I'm going to flip this over and scale it out of that side so that I can... Actually, didn't mean to do it that way. There we go. Because I need to scale it down still. Go all the way down to the ground. No, I don't. This is where the lights are. Okay, because the lights are like right here... Because I think this almost feels like my entire building is too thin because of the way that it's kind of I'm looking at the thickness of this piece and I'm like, oh geez, do I have it right? Let's go ahead and start building it, I guess. This is basically that, and then if I bring this back here and let it snap there, it'll kind of simulate the recess of the light. And then I can duplicate it over to here and see how that matches, and it's gonna not match up right. Because there's no way a big old thick column can fit between these two. And it is supposed to be thicker than this, which means my entire building could be off as far as thickness is concerned, which is a lot of work to fix. And I'm not even sure how that would happen. have an idea that just popped into my head of how it happened, but let's see if that's true. No, never mind. I was thinking the doorway across the way was supposed to be lined up with this area, but it's definitely not. And let's see. Oh, interesting. So this is going to be one of those situations that's a little bit like the central structure. Okay, I need to look at this wall too to verify, because, and in both cases, because I could be wrong about this, and I don't want to mess it all up and then have to undo everything. Definitely feels narrower. The doorways are right. I think. Let me get a little closer though. So I need to have that column in the middle actually line up at the top of the screen the same way. Okay, so this is about the same scale. Yeah. It feels narrower by a significant amount. Whew, boy. What's up, Mr. Greencastle? How's it going? I'm looking over there. I should be looking over here to say hello. Because that's where chat is. So I am just noticing, you're just in time for me to notice that even after building out all this detail here today, having these rooms internally consistent, they are not the correct. This whole building is thinner, that is supposed to be further this way. And the reason I realized that is that, see, I sandwiched it sort of between the location of this column in reference to the ghost and the warthog, right? After placing that warthog over there. And the ghost and the warthog. And actually off of this piece, which I sort of eyeballed here, with the intent to make sure that my eyeballing it didn't cause any issues up there. Now I've found out. This is what's up, by the way. Since you asked. Now I've found out, just now, that this column is supposed to line up basically with that awning, which is way too much. So either my awning is not quite, doesn't quite go back as far, which is very likely. Yeah, the awning looks like I didn't quite build it as thick. What I did was whenever I built mine, so it's a combination of both, which means this room doesn't need to be adjusted all the way out. It needs to be adjusted partially out. So my slope was based off the one that was over there, which may not be accurate, and also might need to be thicker or something. And then this piece might need to be, oh wow, I fell. I'm gonna go to Blender where I can just fly around. So mine looked about right, but is not right. And it's actually a really easy fix because it's mostly this angle here that needs to be grown out further. And potentially this needs to be thickened. And that should, specifically this area, needs to be thickened out. And hopefully that doesn't mess up my slopes, because that was a pain in the butt to make in the first place. But the point is, if I prefab this, if I break this out of its prefab rather, and I put this slope farther, then we'll get into getting a lot closer. I think that might be accurate. The reason I'm doing this first is because once I start moving these pieces, I want to be able to use it as a sort of stopgap. So I don't go too far. I'm just going to copy, I assume it was this, because that is the second longest. Yeah. There we go. And that's those two. And then This piece apparently is not part of the prefab. That's weird. And then that means that this piece needs to have angles look right. It just looks slightly too high. Exactly. Yeah, it was like these really subtle little issues. I also believe that... Let's see, is this 45 degrees? Here is a question. To get that, I'm not going to grab the polygon. I'm actually going to grab the spline and duplicate it. It's called a spline, like 3ds Max's lines that you can draw. It's not even actually that. Okay, it's just called a line. Then I'll make that clip through, sort of measure it off that. So that says 42. It might be a 45 degree angle. Go all the way to 45 and then try and go down. Nope. And then we'll back it up again. So y'all can't see this at all. I know there's no way this is barely even visible on your screen. Okay. It looks like it's 40 and a half. It's an edge. That's what they call it in Blender. I haven't used 3ds Max in so long, but I was talking about it earlier, so I think that it's, yeah. That's why it's on my brain. But, okay, so it's 40 degrees, which means I need to break this up. I'm just going to deselect all the pieces on this side and put the other pieces back together so I don't have to go... Oh, it's just one piece. Never mind. Okay, so what I need to do... This is tilted at 45 degrees right now. But if I tilt it... If I switch it down to 5 and I tilt it 5 back... I should have done this whenever I originally made it, because now I'm going to have to adjust these slopes. It's going to be a pain in the butt. I can't believe I'm back to having to do this piece again. This was already really challenging. Or rather, it was, I don't know about challenging so much as like, I don't know, time-consuming. And that's not what you want to have to do on stream. But let's see, if I can go and find... It's also tiny, and it's going by object instead of world, and it's just, ugh. I hated working with these pieces, and now I'm back to it. Here we go. Okay. Oh, geez. It's got to go this way. 5 degrees as well, doesn't it? Nope. Like, some arbitrary smaller than 5 degrees amount. What? Okay, so this should get me close, but no cigar, as they say. Or as my father says. Let's see. We're gonna twist this way. A few. Actually, this needs to go. Okay, well, I'm going to work that out in a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is get this slope to match that one. And to do that, I'm going to unbury... That's going to get buried if I leave it there. So I'll just stick it there for now. And then I'll do this. Okay, and that's going to tell me how much I need to grow this piece, which is going to grow the wrong direction. Ah, that's why I was having trouble. I snapped it to that point, but it's not going to be able to do that. Well, I got to grow... this direction anyway, and yeah, it needs to go out more. Hello. Oh, angles. Yeah. I already read that part. We got Mr. Greencastle here, just telling Aaron since he got back from eating. Let's see. And y'all are both in chat, so I figured I'd let you know. There's something new. I don't know if you left it open or not. You might have just left it open. In which case you'd know already. Okay, let's see. No, I gotta back it up. I thought I was doing the right thing like that. Let's see. Is this correct? Not quite. I gotta go 1 tick out now. There we go. That's kind of more like 2 ticks, and hopefully that's right though. That is exactly right. 2 ticks was the right way to go. And then we go up here until the top piece of this oh geez. Until the top piece of this triangle lines up at the top of that. I wonder if it ever gives anyone, whenever I do that and it goes really fast, I wonder if it ever gives anyone like vertigo. Like it's a complete accident, but it makes me wonder. Since y'all aren't in control of the camera, but then like the camera just like whipped around every now and then by hitting the wrong button. Let's see, here we go. Oh, Jesus. No. Don't mess up my angle. Okay. Everything else is accurate, it's just lost Z axis rotation, it looks like. Okay, well, we gotta get that to an exact measurement, and then this theme always reminds me a little bit of Battlestar Galactica, and I love it. Which is, by the way, the composer for God of War, Bear McCreary. The dude who was at the awards ceremony, doing all that crazy cool stuff with the, what do you call it? What is it called? The hurdy-gurdy. He's playing that hurdy-gurdy like a beast. It's great. Let's see. Okay, so now I need to scale this up. It looks like actually we're finding this angle pretty quickly and easily. I do believe that I might need to go this way by 1 or maybe just 1/2. 1 was correct. Man, this is not taking as long as last time. So I think it's correct. Yeah, looks right. And then there's a bit of a problem because this part needs to scale out. And this piece apparently needs to come back in a bit. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it was a 1/2. It was a 1/2. Where I thought it was gonna, where it was like, you know, it might be a 1/2. There we go. Is it? Jeez. Maybe not. I just went off snap rotation entirely and adjusted that list a little bit, which hopefully will not be a problem whenever I copy it to the other side. Let's see now. This is going to snap to there. And then this should hopefully be around the same angle. Nope. Nope. Well, this needs a scale. So after that, it might be the right angle. Let's see. 1. Or that's a 1/2, actually. Let's go 2 halves, and then we'll go by 1s. Actually, that was all I needed was the 1/2. Okay, so we still have... Whoops. We still have this slight lip. You know what? I'm just going to scale this out. No, that's right. That's why I can't do that. That's why I didn't do it last time. We still have that slight lip, but it's not a big deal. It's going to be hard to spot because of it being hidden underneath there. Okay, now this is looking much better. Yeah, that feels much better than the way I had it before. And I can't wait to release this thing as just a little prefab that you can just throw onto your map for a little awning kind of thing. That's going to be cool. I think now I need to select all of this and put it back in its prefab. And then, wait, I was about to hit D, like Shift D kind of thing for, let's see, might be how you do it on the keyboard, but I have never used that. I just was going to do it because I thought, you know, that's how you do it in Blender. Shift D, that's how you duplicate, right? Let go. And then flip all of these angles around, and of course delete the old one. Just need to deselect these angles so I don't end up messing anything else up. And also I won't have to reapply those to the prefab. Okay, so everything should be, if I go to Object, I'm on Object, Rotation. It should be that I can just rotate it one direction. Or two directions or something like that. No. Oh, it's this way. No. I'm not going to be able to just do it one direction, apparently. Unless it's, no. Alright, so I thought I was going to be able to do that, but I'm actually just going to have to look at the rotation and see its exact rotation. I think I can do that with this one. This one can flip over like that. This one is maybe not so much. It's got to go basically like this, but not really like that. And just, yeah. Anyway, we'll flip this one over first. Oh, jeez. I hate whenever that happens. You gotta line your camera up before you go. Okay, that's not... Apparently this one's gonna do the same thing. There might be a very specific way that I could just, like, quickly adjust these. I'm not seeing it. I think I'm just gonna have to realign them completely. Which, that wasn't so hard with this one. I'm sure there's a little bit more I gotta do. Then that was it. That's it. Okay, cool. And then this one needs to go similarly. It might be a matter of multiples of 5. Because that last one was a multiple of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just about. Not quite, but just about. Let's see. Actually, we're gonna line up here. Okay, come on. Okay, let's try and get this corner there, please. There we go. And then we can go one more there. And then, yes, that's just about right. Oh, this is the one that was half, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Oh, you know what it is? It's supposed to be tilted this way. I think. Either that or something is very off. Oh, wait. Is this one also... No? What am I looking at here? Oh, that's... Okay, now I understand. And then tilt it back that way. There we go. No? That is really weird. Is it doing that over here? Did I leave that like that over here? It's overlapping kind of the opposite over here. Oh. Apparently I didn't get it perfect over here like I thought. I'm going to perfect that later, off stream, so that you guys don't have to sit here through a whole bunch more of this nonsense. The point is that I've got something to scale off of. That I can actually like go off that scale a bit. And then I can go over to Blender and see that, there's a, if I line these two columns up, then that means I'm in alignment with them, and they also line up with that piece there. So basically the columns are, you know, not quite right. They need to come out a little bit. So then I gotta select all of this, excuse me, all of that. All of this is basically everything in this front wall. Oh, wow, that was a prefab. Oh, I've got a light in that. That's going to be kind of a challenge. Because it's in there. You know what? I'm going to actually deselect all that. and make some things into prefabs, because I don't want to make all of this into one giant prefab before I move it, just because it's not gonna be very convenient to do that. So I'm just gonna turn everything else, a lot of these other pieces that I'm having to select, into individual prefabs, so that whenever I have to reselect them, if I do, it'll be like, you know, real quick and easy. And I almost missed these side panels, so it's a good thing I did that. Okay, I didn't mean to add it to that, but okay. Oh, but I can undo, can't I? Yes, yes I can. Let's remove that piece, and then grab that, deselect it, remove that piece from it, put it back in, and then grab this and put it into a prefab. That way we are grabbing all the right pieces. I won't like go to grab this middle piece and end up selecting there, and then end up selecting that, and then thinking that I have the entire wall by mistake. Oh, let me also get these upper pieces and add them to the prefab. Okay. And I guess with that one I can also add this wall piece here. And I'll grab this rock as well, because it's supposed to go out with that too. So that should be a lot of what I have to grab. Most of the, like this wall especially. I don't know what to do with this stuff yet, because I'm going to have to recenter the column, scale everything out on the sides, everything. I think that the goal, I think that what I need to do there is probably, yeah, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna move out this wall, probably with this door piece with it too. So I need to prefab that out, and hadn't scaled those down apparently yet. And apparently I didn't get rid of the Z fighting yet either. Let's see. Okay, so get that, get this. Should I grab the ceiling? Yeah, I think so. And the pieces go along with it, because those are slopes that are the exact angle already. And not that piece, but yes to this piece. We'll grab this column. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Feels like this map's been working on for about 20 years. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's been in the works for about 20 years. Some like obscure video game company called Bungie like started the block out for me, but I'm finishing it up about 20 years later. I'm finally getting around to it, you know. I don't think that is part of the prefab, so I need to grab it too. I need to put it into the prefab. Let's see. Oh, this isn't even world origin. Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. We're gonna get back out of move. Let's see. Select that, deselect it, and that might be our new. Let me see. Nope. That helped with the magnets, but it didn't help with the arrow. I need to start with this one because its original piece is this blue one, so we're going to get its angles, its movement angle. And then I can do it. That's why I prefabbed them. Now it's super easy to select them all. Oh, almost forgot this one. And that one. Okay, now. I love those neon lines. It's like ODST's, you know, night vision. And I also wish that they would include. What? Oh, I'm on world scale. That is not what I meant to do. What just happened? Oh, I see it. What is happening? Oh, no, no! What are you doing? Oh, jeez. I was hitting undo. You dummy. And I was making the, Okay, select that one. Don't deselect it. I don't know how I deselected it. Okay, okay, okay. We got it. No, that one. Now we got everything selected again. Now, if I go into this and I go to 5, there we go, it'll go to objects, and I can drag it out. Now this, the slope ends like there from this camera angle, but I don't know if I want to go all the way out there. We'll find out. Oh, you know what it is? I do want to go all the way out there. I'm seeing it right now on Blender. This is the answer. Yes, it does go there. Man, I can't believe I did that. Check this out. Now I'm going to deselect everything and show you this. This gap is so tiny, it's so small. There's no way that's right. Right, you know? Surely. Oh, I went to... Ooh, I did not want to be moving. I meant to hit Shift. Alt-Shift, or sorry, Alt-Tab, and I went and hit Control-W, which is how you get to move things. If you look really closely in the lower right corner, you might see that these pieces are thinner than mine. The height to width ratio is way off. So I went off eyeballing it, but now that I have more reference to go off these other objects, I see that I made these too wide, which is going to be really easy to fix, and actually kind of makes sense that they're too wide. No, maybe it doesn't, but, you know, whatever. Doesn't make as much... Oh, I forgot to select that light again. I got that light, but I didn't add it to this prefab. I just selected it, and then... I think there's a magnet point that is snapped to or something. Let's see. Yes, yes, there it is. Cool. Okay. Okay, so from this side it looks right, but I think that my little light areas are too thick. And look, that's too thick. Yeah, basically everything about this is just slightly too wide. Oh man, no wonder everything was wrong. Let's see, 45 degrees. Tilt it that way. Or no, wait. No, I want to just flip it around so I can get my scaling correct. So if that's true, then this needs to be like that wide. And this needs to snap to there. This needs to be like that wide. Okay. And then this, this needs to be the same width. And then this needs to be the same width. And this either needs to scale down, like just generally be smaller. Yeah, I think it does actually. Oh. I think that this needs to be smaller slope because Master Chief Collection, it's not as high as it was before. And even, or it is the same, it doesn't need to be as high as it was before, but I think what I did was I think I probably ultimately scaled it up in both directions, both X and Y, to try and make the height correct instead of, but really this needs to be taller. So I probably just did that wrong back then. This needs to come taller, or shorter rather. And this needs to flip over and get taller, and all of this is going to need to be copied over to the other one, which I'm going to keep the other one as like my weld points, my snapping points, and just copy them over one piece at a time. Like for example, the light, I'm going to keep this entire light exactly as it is, and just move over, you know, these pieces, the pieces I scaled, and then let's see. Now this needs to flip around and come in a little bit. So now that, actually, this is even way too thick now. So that light might need to come in even more. I mean, that slope up there. No, the slope is right. Maybe I made the light too small. I might have gone a little too far with the light. I'll fix that in a second, but first, this needs to be fixed. Which is like, more like here. Which this part doesn't really, won't really play into the actual, you know, fixing the rest of the problem until it's over here. Whenever I bring that part in, but on this side, this is just going to be to make them consistent with one another. I think, since all of these are different widths, unfortunately I can't just copy it over. Or just get the width and like copy and paste it into the others. So I need to like, they're doing this annoying thing where the middle piece is probably half. Yeah, the middle piece has got some going wrong with it here, yeah. It needs to be probably, we're gonna go to 7. And that's gonna be way too much. And then I'm gonna back it up. It was the 0.2, wasn't it? Let's see. Yeah, this one's 0.3, or the 0.02, I mean. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, that was this one. Oh, okay. Apparently need to go up more. Just trying to clean up this edge so it's a lot easier to work with. Oh, come on. You're working. It's moving in fixed increments. Why is it not going right? Oh well. This one in particular needs to be shorter. We'll go to 0.2 and confirm. Really? That's too much. 0.02 is too much. Okay, 0.025. There we go. Oh. It would have just bothered me if I didn't sort that out now. Let's see. So now this needs to be turned back around so I can actually scale it in this way. And that looks about right. So then I need to rescale these. Wait, what? Oh, I see what I did. I apparently had fixed the rotation of it. Corrected it. There we go. Nope. Too far. I think. That'll be correct, whatever the other one was. Whatever it used to be, that one definitely will be correct. And there. Now we have just about a corrected... Oh, no. What? What just happened? I flipped it over and it's not lining up. Okay. How did it get moved? I have no idea. It also appears to have been... Oh, it did scale. Jesus, I thought I hit undo. In fact, I know I hit undo. Oh, yeah, I did need to flip it over. What the heck happened? It's actually kind of cool how those hexes are lining up. They're almost a complete hex. They're a little bit squashed. Alright, so that'll look a lot nicer. And then we just have to fix the slopes on the backside. Which would be... Yep, they are. This is the correct way to do this. Cool. And then... Oh, it goes all the way to the ground like that. And this one is, I believe, incorrect. I remember this. I remember having to do this. Turn it around and then, like... And flip it back around and see if it's right, and then... do it again. There we go. He'll be in and out. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's gotten real riveting at the moment, I'm sure, but we'll get there into a more interesting part eventually. That's what I hear is like I said, I don't really watch Twitch. I'm now a streamer, but I don't watch it. And so I hear though that streams are usually like I could never get this angle right. There's nothing to add here to make this smooth without without clipping into other things and messing everything up and making it like poke out. So that's all I've got. But yeah, it either pokes out down here or pokes out up there, and for any other option. But yeah. But I hear is that basically the I don't even need this piece. This piece is just completely hidden, and it doesn't even exist in this one. Anyway, that basically streams are typically like a long time, people will stream for like hours and hours and hours, and then like 1 hour of that will be interesting. And I'm like, really? Why do people stick around for the other hours? But usually it's because they're probably turning it on in the background and they pay attention during the non-boring parts. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why I'm about to prefab this. I'm about to grab its individual pieces and put them into this one. So I actually have to break this prefab. We're going to delete this and immediately duplicate this over here. Put it there. Nope. Like this. No. That. Because this piece also needs to be deleted and replaced with this one. Is what I hear interesting. Not interesting. Is it accurate? That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I hear. And y'all being actual viewers, I wonder if you experience the same thing. Because that's sort of a way to poll the audience, sort of, I guess. Kind of. Let's see, delete that. Duplicates. Oh wait, no, I don't want that because this needs to go away. There we go. This. What is this? What is this music? I'll be honest, I don't recognize this. Halo 2 anniversary music. Oh. Another hour of epic Halo music HQ. How did this get into my playlist? What the heck? My playlist ended and it randomly started playing some other song. That could have easily gotten me copyright struck if it wasn't pulling from actual Halo music. I have no idea if this is. That's really frustrating. YouTube, it doesn't usually do that. Oh, I didn't have loop turned on. Okay, that was risky. I always have a Forge stream up when I'm home, just in the background, giving a viewer to someone. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Let's see. I know we all appreciate that. Everyone that you do. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to line it up here because that's the corner I lined up the other piece off of whenever I pulled it off of that one. Okay, so this should make the gap a little bit more sort of accurate within tolerance, I suppose. And I can kind of come up here and look at this. What did I miss here? What is this? Oh, I see. It's the blocker for the light on the back. Okay, I just didn't. It's supposed to be carried with it. It's going to cause a bunch of Z fighting. Or not. Oh yeah, I remember this. I set it up here so that it could actually line there. Yeah. So this piece could handle all the way across here to the corner, and this piece could handle all the way across the back. So it wouldn't look like 6 different pieces. Misha, Follow in Flight is a good tune. Probably will get copy struck. Yeah? I hope I won't. I'll especially get it whenever I upload to YouTube. I don't know where that's from, but you, yeah. I wonder if it'll just like mute that part of my video. I think it will on YouTube, so that shouldn't be a problem. But I have no idea how Twitch is going to handle that. That's really frustrating though. YouTube, I was just going off a YouTube playlist, and usually it stays in that playlist. But I guess it must have, like, I probably updated Chrome. Whenever I updated Chrome, I probably... Oh, I didn't copy the angle over? Is there an angle in here? Hard to say. Anyway, before I go prefabbing everything, I need one of these. And I don't see it over here at all. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, well, this will work, but technically there's another angle inside here. Is that it? No. I'll just turn off this for now and delete that. Put that back there. There we go. Now we got that. And it's little angles just dip into the wall a little bit, which is not a big deal. Let's see. It's Halo 2 anniversary during the Banshee part. I see. I did try to avoid any of those that were like Blow Me Away or whatever it's called from Halo 2 and all of those. And I heard that you should also avoid all of Halo 4. Maybe you were the one to tell me. I don't remember. Someone told me to avoid all Halo 4 music because for some reason they copyright strike for that, and it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, hopefully that won't be a problem. But okay, so now come inside and go upstairs in here. I'm gonna use this ramp because it'll be a shorter distance. I do remember that. Now that you mention it, I do remember hearing that in Halo 2 Anniversary. Okay. Yeah, it definitely feels like this wall was not... this wall here was not as wide in mine as in the other. I don't know in the original, but I don't know if that's the right width to go with. But we'll see. Let me try lining up these 2 columns again like I did in Blender. So I definitely didn't go as far as I could to touch that there, but I don't know if that is actually 100% fully accurate to scale even after my adjustments. Like, it could be that I need to go even farther. And I'm getting really close to down here. Actually, I think it is supposed to line up with this piece, so I think I can either move this out, which is good because... Okay. That is not what I wanted to do. First off, I didn't bring the light with it. It did, and because it was part of the prefab, but then lights don't undo when their movement occurs, so that's frustrating. And now I need to fix its location. Is that correct? Yeah, I guess that's right. Oh Jesus, what did I do? Oh, apparently I didn't add that to the prefab either. Now what? It's like selecting all sorts of weird stuff all of a sudden. I must have hit the button, obviously, but let's see. Okay, here we go. There we go, and then we'll go over here, grab all this, and prefab it again so that it all comes. Wait, let me make sure that I have that. I didn't get it again somehow. Okay. Good thing I caught that, though. Okay, so I want it to line up with that piece, which is basically here. So this time using the mouse and keyboard, turn magnets off, drag it over. It's about there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Lines up with that piece. Okay, so I went a little too far. Which I kind of felt like I did. That's why I was checking. That's probably right. But I can't see the floor right now. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. So that's where it should be. Oh, here we go. Halo 4 and 5 are all done by like 4 composers. I think that probably has a lot to do with it. I believe Halo 4 has 2 to 3 and Halo 5 has 4. Okay, so the composers are the ones that probably are having a problem with them sharing it. I assume. Or they just never gave permission and they didn't ask or something like that. Like even if they didn't actually have a problem with it, they're, you know, maybe they just never asked. Okay, is this correct, or do I need to make this still slightly thinner? Because I just was looking at it and I realized I think I didn't still need this side to be thinner, which is fortunately the easiest part. But it is definitely the part that that needs to be made thinner. This, and this need to be removed. Okay, so this... Deselect all. Oh, deselect all is broken because I used mouse and keyboard for a second, and sometimes that breaks it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. And both of them are stinky. Yeah, they're both not good anyway. Halo 4 has a couple decent ones. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't even especially like Halo 4's decent ones. Like, they're okay. There's a couple of okay ones. I like the one that's very like military sounding, like drums and stuff like that from Halo 4, and that one's okay. I don't remember what it's called, but it's okay. I mean, they are good. They just don't feel like Halo. Like I don't like I was saying earlier whenever I was talking about what do you call it? Metroid Prime. Like I wouldn't want to listen to it right now. Just like I don't want to listen to the Metroid Prime album right now. They're great, but I don't feel like listening to it. It didn't feel like the right thing to do. Oh, it's called 117. Yeah. Well, it's fitting that the one that I like is the one that Master Chief is named after Master Chief. I mean, I almost said Master Chief is named after. Like, yeah, Halo 4 came before Master Chief. Yeah. Now that's a hot take. It's wrong, but it's a hot take. Let's see. Duplicate. Or delete, I mean. Duplicate over here. And snap it in. There we go. Delete. Duplicate. And snap it in. And one more. Delete. Duplicate and snap. Now the important thing here is that this means this piece, which I was just trying to align with that edge, can now go a little bit farther and still be aligned. See, so I need to bring it to that little square piece right there. And is magnets off? Nope. Turn magnets off. Okay. And then this goes over to like right around there. Okay, I think I just broke deselect all. Let's see. Nope, I didn't. It's good. Okay, so then that means, let's see, I don't like the Didact and all of his themes, though. He deserves so much better. Yeah, he did. Okay, so it looks like we got this right. Let's see. Here we go. And is this right? Yes, look at that. Look at that. We got it. I mean, the ghost is definitely in the wrong spot. I probably need to move my thing over a bit or something like that. Or maybe move the ghost over a bit, but I'm clearly hitting the ghost a little bit I'm trying to back up and hitting the ghost over here a little bit further back, but right around there. Let's see. Actually, my screens are next to each other, so I can actually line up the horizon of them. So, like, if I use that slope, like that slope right there, as like a horizon line, I can line them up and then use it. And I've actually done that a few times. Let's see. I look down and get that slope the right way. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then I can look at the width, and it looks pretty close. Looks pretty close. It may still be a little bit imperfect, and maybe I'll want to shift how these things are rusty because, boy, are they not looking out that great. The rustiness on them is a little off. But yeah, no, look at that. This is not supposed to line up into the middle of the wall. So the fact that I felt like the ghost was too close, or was too far back, is because these are too close, or whatever. Which means I need to bring this in, and I need to, let's see, turn that off a little bit. Needs to go to the inner portion, needs to go to, basically, yeah, I wish the Didact had a better plot. So I do feel like he was built up and built up and built up, and then it just sort of like fizzled, you know? Like so much, that's actually one of the things about Halo 4, is that so much of it was a slog and then a fizzle. It was like a slog, it was like a slog the entire game, and then suddenly ended with a fizzle, even with the big boom. And it's not because they had a big heartfelt moment at the end either. It's because it just didn't feel epic the way that he died. It was you set off a nuclear bomb on it and then like you knock him into the abyss and then set off a nuclear bomb, and yet somehow that doesn't feel, feels like a fizzle. And to me, I was like, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I don't know why it feels like a fizzle. Look at that. Now it feels like it is close enough, although maybe even too close, because the ghost was centered based on the way the floor was designed before. So it needs to go back even further. Look at that. Perfect. So now the ghost can be adjusted this way. And I had moved over that column and everything too, so it wasn't lining up at the wing of the ghost anyway, like I'd originally had it. And boom, perfect. Look at that. It just worked. And my lights are green looking compared to theirs. There's like a pale yellow, and I set mine to a pale yellow, and suddenly, for some reason, it's green. I wonder if, you know what it might be? I put the rust effect in there. Whenever I put the rusty effect on there, to try and make that sort of like texture, I need to pick a different yellow. Because I just wanted to get this like wispy kind of texture, so I have at least something that looks like the glow of the original. And then I was going to, oh man, why is this so high? That's weird. This one's low. Oh well. I don't think that's going to affect the way the light hits the ground all that much, but it might, so might have to tweak it a bit, but yeah. Point is that we have our room out to the correct width, which actually looks like the right amount of width that we need added to, like this central column was like supposed to be like almost 1/3 of the outer column. Like the interior column was supposed to be almost 1/3 the width of the exterior column, and we have about the width of the interior column right here as well. So that it was like between a half and a third. So this is going to be twice the width of the interior column, and that should be close enough. Because this interior column could have a margin for error as well. So keeping everything consistent is working out, I think. This means I need to extend the ceiling. Should have bought myself some more water at the beginning. Getting cotton mouth, talking so much. Oh well, it is 12:30. That might be why. And boy, I guess I need to wake up my kids because they should be awake by now. But let's see. Before I do that, let's finish this room.
I want this to be done because I didn't get to do anything off stream. Do I have that shadow fragment happening up here, or is it gapped? It's gapped. Looks like. I don't know why though. I didn't move it this way. Right? Please tell me I didn't move it that way. Yeah, it's definitely still lined up here, so something weird is going on back here. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, I see exactly what it is. One of y'all probably just said it or was thinking it. But it's this. This is supposed to match there, not the other way. Let's see, he actually got killed off in a comic. Yeah, it's even worse, you're right. They also unkilled him / said he didn't die. He didn't die in Halo 4, he just fell into the composer, and he's uncomposable. Yeah. It does make sense for him to be uncomposable, because the composer was built to compose humans. So it just seems like the composer would probably have just not worked on Forerunners. You know? Like it might have had a failsafe to just not activate on Forerunners because it wouldn't have functioned with their brain chemistry. Or at least it wouldn't have made any sense for it to work on their brain chemistry. I have no idea if they actually did do that in the lore. But, because I didn't really pay enough attention to that. Like the soldiers of the created are called like Forerunner soldiers in the game files or something like that, but I don't think they ever call them that in the actual game. I'm pretty sure they're just something else. But yeah. Okay, so yes, this looks like the correct width. The correct width. I said correct. Correct. Okay. Let's see. Then we gotta do this piece. Just gonna go to that metal piece. I don't know if y'all recall, but I had scaled this piece back because it was inside of that metal piece, that metal like lip that I built over there, which is also, by the way, not on the original. And I was like, I just was looking at it. I was just thinking, man, this thickness and that width is almost the exact same. And if I had not scaled this floor, it would have lined up over there like perfectly, just by sheer coincidence, just complete coincidence. But it would have definitely, I believe that would have lined up. Let's see. Now we're gonna do this. But also, I think I know exactly where to line up that middle slope, because it was the way I built it in the first place. But you're right, yeah, the Didact was, like, yeah, he was killed off in a comic. Complete waste of a Didact, of a villain. Well, I thought I had this lined up with the floor, but then I think what I did was I adjusted the slope depth. So I think I'd have to... I can do that though. I'm just gonna line this up with the floor like this. Oh, I missed a pyramid. Oh, it's gonna snap into place. Please put this there. Okay. I don't know why I did that first, because now I've got to select all this without selecting anything else, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. But anyway, okay. Did I get that pyramid this time? Yes. Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Okay. Yeah. Everything else? Yes. You ever make any progress on the middle slim piece? Not yet. See, what I'm doing is, what's the name? GB Clem. Yeah, GB Clem. Clen is working on making a... I started with the wrong piece. Is working on making a tutorial on how to make it to where you can select multiple objects, or make multiple objects move at the same time without causing any issues in your scripting. And basically, yeah, he's gonna whenever he releases that, we're all going to be able to do that a lot easier. And I figured I had so much of the map to build out anyway. I figured I could wait on that until he released his deal, because he was already helping me so much with it. If you recall, I don't remember if you were around at the time. I think so, Shabuti. But he was basically helping me so much with that earlier on that I'm like, okay, well, I still am going to need the help, so I might as well wait for him to be done, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. Or I may need the help anyway. I certainly was needing it before to understand how these script nodes work, because like I've said before, is that basically I can do a script, I can do programming with line code, but it's just really tough for me to wrap my head around the nodes in this. Just because I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, Oh, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna do it like. Actually, I had an idea, and then just suddenly slipped out of my head. And I suddenly realized it wasn't gonna work, or it wasn't a good one. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember what it was now. Yeah. Go back to here, and then snap there, and then scale it this way until it touches, and then snap there again, and scale it that way one more time. And then, because I've been thinking about this piece for a while, I'm wanting to make it a little wider, so that the bottom of the slope lines up with the width of the column instead of the top. But yeah, no, I haven't made any progress on that, and I plan to very soon, because he's planning to release his video soon. But just not gonna happen just yet, unfortunately. There we go, world. But in the meantime, we can all still listen to that sound effect of the one from Halo 2 playing in the background, which is doing its job very enthusiastically this entire time. It's like, it's been going on for oh whoops, I can actually keep this on like this. It's been going on for 100,000 years since the Forerunners civilization. It's handling this last month of making this map quite nicely. Yeah, scripting is my weakness. They don't make it very user-friendly. Yeah, they need more tooltips to explain exactly what's going on. Really could have... Oh, I can still do it. Yeah. I can do this. Oh, I'm going to prefab this light. This whole thing, in case I need to select it a few times. I was also going to make an adjustment to the light to where... Oh, I already did that. That's right. Where it kind of covered up the ugliness. And then this. And realistically, I could move all of these pieces as well, but they're not going to line up. So I'm going to move them with it, but they won't actually be in the right place. And then... Oh, what's happening? Okay, make this be the one that has the magnets, please. And we'll snap it to here. Let me make sure I'm getting... Ooh, I missed a piece. That's okay. It can snap into... No. This one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. That's nice and centered. Ooh, apparently I forgot to move this along with the rest of the floor. That would get there. Maybe. No. It needs to go like there. That looks right. I didn't necessarily get this. Yeah, I did scale this one out to the right spot. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so we're getting close. It's definitely getting there. Turn that slope thing off. I forgot if I was saying something. I feel like I was in the middle of saying something and forgot. I hope I didn't. I was in the middle of answering a question and then suddenly stopped talking and then forgot. Because that would be extra lame. But yeah. Yeah, but basically, yeah, the scripting is definitely challenging, and they need to do tooltips to do extra detail. Which I hope they come out with soon, because it takes a long time. That might be a problem. I mean, we're already figuring it all out, and sure, the wiki articles are going to be built probably very soon, like fan-based ones that are just like just players figuring it out and writing it up. I'm sure that's going to happen. I know they've already started, but it's not really anywhere close to good enough yet. But it's like they don't have tutorials on much. They've got like how to make a door, which is basically Red Nomster's tutorial, and that's fine. I like Red Nomster's tutorials, but it's also like how to make a door is like the most basic of the basic. I feel like it's literally just like, yeah, trigger volume, now move. And I would like stuff like how to make an entire ship move at once if they're gonna do something about movement, you know? Let's see. Let's grab this and turn it around. So that's actually going to be a thing. Is I'm gonna have to ask Clint if he's willing to put that into their wiki or not. Was that Forge Hub? Is it the Forge Hub wiki, or is it just like the Forge wiki in general? I don't really remember. So that goes snap to that piece. Should be. Yeah, I think that is actually touching if I just saw that right. And then this piece is going to scale only to one direction, so now that it's actually everything's all centered, I need to put it over here and scale it this way. There. Oh, is that right? Is there a lip? Yeah, there's a tiny gap. There we go. That's weird. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of important. But I want that to be flush. I also wanted to match the other side. That's very important. And so, now I need to grab this piece and make it match. Snap to there, because apparently I hadn't gone far enough with it. And that means that this other piece I just was trying to place, this little triangle needs to go over there too. I don't know if this little triangle is even necessary anymore. It's not for the exterior, and it's definitely completely obscured in here, so I'm going to delete it. Let's see. Oh, wait, you said something. Let me read that. Let's see. Yeah, you can make a basic door with, what, 3 to 4 nodes? That's not even scripting. It's not scripting until you have 65 plus nodes and half of it is spaghetti code. Yeah, no, I agree. That's basically what I was trying to get at, I suppose. That basically, yeah, it's not, like, scripting a door is just the most basic of the basic. It really is just like, and I understand why they'd be like, yeah, I'm not trying to teach someone how to program their own game here. Like, eventually we have to hit a limit, right, on what we're going to teach. And I can get behind that. I can understand why they're doing it, why they would be so sort of limited in what they're making, what they've shown people how to make. But I also feel like it's like we were saying. Is that right? Where's that snapping to? Oh, it must be snapping to the ceiling. No? Oh, it's the middle piece of the column, because the column goes too far now. Oh, well. And moving out that column, I kind of ruined my ability to use it as a snapping point. What I can do, and this is probably the best way to do it actually, is not to do that. Do this. Where's my pointer? What the heck? Oh, there we go. No, that's not what I wanted at all. Please come back. There we go. Why is it an angle? Is that really the... No, that's world. I was going to say, is that really the object angle? That doesn't make any sense. So I want to make it touch there. Just go too far, and then I'll meld it in there. Ooh, we got more. Okay. Lol, and then your script works perfectly in Forge, but not in custom games. Yeah. Rip my PvE roguelike. Oh man, you got a PvE roguelike? That's cool. I think you I might have seen that one actually, or you talked about it while you were still making it, or I just happened to see it while you were still making it, because like I definitely heard about someone making one, and that's really cool. Let's see, duplicate. Like, I haven't actually gotten to do a bunch of them. Like, I keep saying I haven't really been able to do a whole lot of the custom game browser. But I've heard a lot about a bunch of them on, like, Twitter and stuff like that. Where, like, I'm over there just chatting with you guys. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. Timing of that, what I just said, is actually kind of funny. I'm like, I'm over there chatting with a lot of you guys. That is not what I wanted to do. Let's see, a lot of people have had some attempts. Mine was meant to be an endless Binding of Isaac sort of deal, where each room is just a basic twist on the on Warlock. Oh, that would have been cool. I really hope that you get it figured out, either because there's something wrong with the scripting that you just gotta tweak, or if there's a bug that they have to fix to make it work. Either way, I really hope you get that figured out, because that sounds awesome. Right off the bat, I'm like, yes. Yes, that sounds good. Okay, I swear. What's going on with this floor? Oh, never mind. The floor's right. Yeah, never mind. I wonder if I should just do a steel lip there instead of trying to fill it in all the way with the Forerunner metal C. Oh, the new stuff. Okay. Let's see. Using simple dynamic light colors to create the illusion of progression deeper into a Forerunner facility. That's really cool. My pride and glory of scripting was making the gate on containment collapse into itself. It still doesn't make noise, and I need it. I have close after 120. Noise, and I need it. Have it close after 1 minute 20. Yeah, okay. You need to have it close after 120. I see. I understand that. Yeah, I said close, not close. So then the slight typo earlier completely threw me off, but it was just because I was misreading it. Each room was a new enemy bot that has a set weapon combo. When you kill it, you get that weapon and move to the next room. So do you use the teleporters to go to the next room? Because you said it's based on what do you call it? Warlock. Yeah, Warlock. So like Wizard, Warlock, right? That's when it became Warlock, right? Was OG Wizard, right? And then, but geometrically, it was just one Warlock map repeated over and over using maths and increments to move you further. Nice. That's a really cool idea. Oh, that is half as thick as this. Okay. Interesting. Okay. This is supposed to be... Let's see. Let's take that out. This is supposed to be half as thick as the actual thing. And it's supposed to be taller than it is thick, so it must need to come up a little bit more. Let's see. That is too much, for sure. The lack of floor, though, is definitely throwing it off, visually. And that teleporter sound. Oh boy. is it too much in my headphones? I don't know. Not really a next room, just teleport to the same space, but in green light instead, or red or blue, etc. Yeah, that's what I figured you were saying about the lights. I was just wondering if you used the teleporters to do it, or if you did like a doorway and sort of like... So, did you see the Lost Woods that Red Lobster made whenever he made the Legend of Zelda stuff? Yeah, on the leaked build? See, does it work in Forge but not in Customs? That's a good question. Maybe we could help. There we go. That actually looks kind of cool. That little tiny lip there. I was thinking whether or not I should do that, or if I should put more of this floor there and figure out a way to do that. I thought about scaling this piece up, but then I was seeing that it probably will poke out if I do that. And then I'll have to like figure out how to adjust it and make it move right and everything. And I was like, nah, let's just do this. See what it looks like. I actually really like that. Excuse me. Matches my whole, excuse the yawning. Matches this whole lip thing that I've been doing to all the areas. I do think that this should be a little rustier than the area around it, like the walls. Like have an increased grime amount of this one as well. I'll go to 80. No, I'm gonna go 70. There we go. And that should work. But yeah. Make sure there's no Z fighting. Okay, so it's poking out on this side, but not on this side. Which means this piece... Let me see what you guys have been saying, because y'all probably said something since I looked last. Just gonna tick one, tick out. There we go. Wait. Did I put it back in? Because it doesn't seem to have changed at all. I don't know if that's a good idea. There we go. Prefab. Okay, now let's see what's happening. Let's see. What I did was use a small emissive sphere as a switch that is behind a locked door that unlocks each time you defeat the room's enemy. Simply swapping a locked foreigner door for an animated... Oh. Excuse me. Animated unlocked one upon defeating the bot per room. The sphere then has the brain that activates the increment, then teleports you to the other side of the room entrance, changes the lights to the next color, spawns the next bot, and then replaces the unlocked doors with locked ones. Then rinse repeat. Okay. And so now, how is it breaking? At that point then, we need to know how it's breaking and not doing that correctly. Not running on any of it, all of that correctly. Because with that knowledge, we might be able to like talk about, at least, even if we don't figure out for you, we might be able to help you figure out for yourself, you know? So, I don't know what's happening here. I didn't move this at all. I have no idea why this is here. This is doing this. Did I accidentally scale this piece at some point in that direction? No. Weird. Very weird. Also, what is up with this piece? And not being quite tall enough for the room. That must have been like that the whole time. Yeah, I gotta scale this wall and I gotta move this over. Which I believe I did. I should have actually dragged it over with it, but basically it just goes inside of that piece and tries not to Z-fight, so. Okay, no idea. It just doesn't work in customs. That sounds like it should all work, but part is not working. That's what I'm wondering, like, what we mean by what's not working is like, is the door showing up and it's opening and you jump in the teleporter and it should be working, but somehow it's not, or I think I just need to rewrite it so it's more modular. Each increment calls the bot spawns and stuff as a function. Right now it's just messy, lol. Oh, okay. So even if there was something that might be easy to find, the bug might be easy to find, except that it's all one thing, so it's kind of like a spaghetti code. style, like pseudo. Like, it's like basically it's your first draft. You've made a first draft of the code, and you just gotta think of it that way, I guess. And then by the time you're done, whenever you get to your final draft, you'll know. So that's the question then, is if you can figure out exactly when it breaks and why. Let's see. I think I just need to rewrite it so it's more modular. Oh, yeah, you just said that. Yeah. So yeah, if you yeah, I don't know. Oh, I just realized the reason this wall was incorrectly scaled is because I scaled it for this piece, but not the upper piece. So it felt like the right scale before this upper piece was put in place. Now that it's going to be wider, it's probably going to feel correct again. But it's just, it should feel correct again after all of that work. But it didn't, that was the reason why that was the case. Let's see. Have any gap? I feel like I have a gap there. Nope. Nope. Okay, cool. Let's see. There's the proof of concept. It works in Forge. Oh, you also have one life the entire time. Oh, that's cool. And I guess in game modes you could decide to like give yourself multiple lives as like a, it's like a, you know, a different challenge, an easier one or something. Okay, so this is cool. Now, I never made that correct. I adjusted it and didn't adjust the height. I was thinking, that looks like it's too low, like the door frame should be taller, you know? And then I just realized I never adjusted it downward. And there we go. Now my dimensions feel more correct to that door. That actually looks perfect. And it is now, the room is done. And I think that means I'm done with my stream for the day. I need to wake up my kids and make sure everything's done. And make sure everything's like, the schoolwork is done, the breakfast is good, everything like that. But yeah, okay, so really quick, I was going to read what you're saying. There's the proof of concept works for also have one life the entire time. Okay, yeah, that's what she had said before. So yeah, this is looking great. We have the hangar bay done. Well, not all the way done in a way, because there's still these lights out here, but that's like sort of patched in. And then I need to put the rocks all around it. Yeah, this is awesome. It's going great. Okay, awesome. That'll be that for today. And I gotta go wake up my kids, and because they should be awake by now, and they aren't. We probably have some moving to do. I gotta put this block to where it actually fills that whole void. But anyway, we have some moving stuff to do, so I gotta get going. All right. Button here. So yeah, anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Later.